Hello and welcome to Dragon Games. Wait, hold on. Let me take that again. Hello and welcome to Dragon Games. That sounded a bit better. Hi, I am Steve Saylor, your humble dungeon master today. Apparently not humble at all. If you don't know who I am an accessibility consultant in the video game industry. I work with studios to help make games more accessible for disabled players. I've worked on games such as The Last of Us, Call of Duty, and most recently Doom: The Dark Ages, which has a great accessibility if you want to check that out. And also, I am a Twitch ambassador. And today we are celebrating Global Accessibility Awareness Day. If you don't know what that is, it is a day that we get to celebrate those with disabilities and also the organizations and the folks that are doing good for accessibility across the world. And today, we're going to be celebrating that in the form of Dungeons and Dragons. And I see you all in the chat. I appreciate you all being here. We've got Lord of This, we got Rambo, we've got Live Valley, we've got Benicio. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. This show is very special to us because it is celebrating Global Accessibility Awareness Day today by playing D&D. You will notice that our players today will be playing disabled characters, each with their own custom homebrew disability mechanics that we kind of designed over on my show, which is called Dungeons and Disableds. You can go to dungeonsanddisableds.com to be able to check out our podcast there, where we have disabled players playing Dungeons and Dragons. And these are mechanics that we've kind of been using within our game itself. And you'll hear about what the mechanics are, and they'll pop up at time to time as we play. We're also going to be raising money for the Dots RPG project, which we will chat about in a minute. But before we do, let's introduce our team of players and our special guest. Hello, disabled players. How are y'all doing?
Hey.
Woo!
Hello. Thank you so very much for joining me. We're going to go through some quick introductions. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do, and also where people can be able to find you on the internet. We'll start with Ellie.
Hi, my name's Ellie, or Elbel, spelled with a 3 because, you can find me here on Twitch and across all platforms. I have ADHD, so does my content. We jump around a lot. We do tons of different things. I love video games. We talk about D&D. We talk about food. I will make you hungry, so don't come to stream without something to eat. And that's it.
Love that. All right, and Thor.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Thormangander, and like our last wonderful guest here, I also have ADHD, and I'm also one of the Twitch Black Unity Guild leaders on Twitch for the Unity Guild program. In addition to that, I like playing video games on absurd controllers such as potatoes, steering wheels, DK bongos, and whatever else floats your boat. Maybe we'll do a D20 next. But I'm very excited to be here, and thank you so much for having us on. I really appreciate it. You can find me across socials as Thormangander or Thormangander_TTV, because other people stole my username.
Bummer. You need to get that back. All right, Ash.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashlina. You can call me Ash, or I am formerly known as the Hallow Queen. Every day is Halloween in my stream. We love to celebrate Halloween every single day. Like Thor had mentioned, I am the Latin Guild leader with my co-lead, the Mayhem Mermaid, doing really cool things with Twitch to bring awareness to marginalized creators. I too am disabled, and I love the fact that we are celebrating Global Accessibility Awareness Day. I believe that gaming, and especially Dungeons and Dragons, should be for everyone. So I'm very excited to be here. Steve, thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
Hell yeah. And Mike.
Hey, what's up? My name is Mike the Quad. Not because I like leg day, but quite the opposite. I am a quadriplegic. I love playing a sweaty PvP game, so you could catch me on Twitch slaying people using a stylus. Some people like to call me the light Yagami of PvP. Come check me out. I do a lot of disability advocacy, especially for those with spinal cord injuries. And yes, I am a disabled vet too. Thankfully, my injury was not from anything in service, but I was in a motorcycle accident. But I am ready to play some D&D today.
Hell yeah. And we have a very special guest coming in today. We wanted to have a kind of a big bad in this D&D game, and we wanted to sort of we wanted this to kind of be an amazing sort of larger than life, amazing sort of like a person to be able to play it, and none other. And we have Amy Vorpal joining us, playing our dragon. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to support and happy to attempt to kill everyone. I don't think you'll find a bigger, badder person on the internet than me. Just self-proclaimed. I'm very big and very bad.
It's going to be great. Chaos is going to ensue, and I told them all, be as merciful or as merciless as you possibly want. So we're going to have a lot of chaotic fun today. Now, before we get started into the actual game, I do want to be able to take a moment to talk about Dots RPG Project, which is the charity that we will be donating to today. So I'll talk about kind of how you have an involvement, chat. Yes, I'm talking to you in just a minute, but let's talk about Dots RPG. It is focused on improving accessibility in tabletop role-playing games, one adventure at a time. Their work in the accessibility space is vast, but most notably in 2024, they introduced their signature Braille RPG dice, which I actually have right here, and have my players will show them with themselves. They also have a set of the dice. Basically, this is really, really cool. If you ever want to be able to learn how to be able to learn Braille, but also want to be able to sort of support folks who are blind who want to be able to play D&D. We have these amazing Braille dice. I have the metal set, which you can kind of see there. Basically, the dice themselves have Braille on them, and they have like a little sort of notch at the bottom to let you know, kind of like reorient or orient your finger so you can be able to know how to properly read it. But if you don't know how to read Braille, that is okay, because each set comes with its own little card that I'll have to try to focus on camera here, that labels every single letter that is associated with a number to let you know from 1 through 20 what each of the Braille digits are. And you can be able to go and support that via Dots RPG Project or dotsrpg.org. These became the world's first mass-produced Braille RPG dice available in retail settings worldwide, making tabletop gaming more accessible for blind gamers. In 2025, they plan to introduce single sets of Braille dice for tabletop games that do not use a D20-based system. So if you are into TTRPG and you maybe not necessarily play Dungeons and Dragons, that's okay. They're hoping to be able to make some sets for you to be able to play with Braille dice if you wanted to, or support your blind friends by doing that as well. They also work with companies and conventions to make their content more accessible, including optimizing PDFs for screen readers, writing alt text for images, testing website screen reader functionality, and transcribing books into Braille. They have also created a consultant directory where people can seek out accessibility-based consultants for paid work. So that is the charity we'll be donating to today. But we do have some incentives that you, chat, can directly influence this battle today. You'll see them pop up on the screen when we get to it, but I wanted to at least kind of cover what you can be able to donate to. So we have through Tiltify, there should be a link that will go into the chat to be able to donate. There'll also be a QR code that will pop up. Actually, it's on the screen right now. You can be able to go directly to that as well. You can be able to unlock advantage or disadvantage to the players or the dragon. You can also be able to unlock an auto hit, which basically will mean that on their next player's next combat action, it will automatically hit. Or you can be able to unlock max damage, which means if a player picks it up, basically they can unlock their have max damage for their next successful attack roll. There also will be magic potions, which players will roll on a D12 table. I've got plenty of spells and potions for them to be able to use in the game. And then lastly, some spell scrolls, so that they roll on a D20 table, and I've got even more spells for the players and potentially Amy the dragon to be able to use as well. And that's not all. We do also have if you can't afford to be able to donate, I totally understand. We do have a poll on the Tiltify page where you can be able to answer a very important question. And that question is, who do you want to win, the players or the dragon? And yes, your answer will have an effect on the game. So you'll see all below here, I have basically a whole bunch of incentives you'll be able to do there. You can be able to scan the QR code that is right beside me, or you can be able to click on the link that is in the chat. All right. And actually, players, I think you all have the Braille dice as well. Why don't you show them off of the camera, because they're pretty dang dope. So, oh yeah, I love it. It's so cool. It's so actually they feel very, very nice too. Like I'm just saying, like there's a bit of weight to them too, but the metal ones are a little bit hollow. They also have acrylic ones as well. They roll exceptionally well. Let's just say I think my very first roll with these was a nat 20. So yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. You all ready to jump into some D&D?
No.
I'm scared.
I'm
I'm
nervous.
very ready.
I love that.
I don't know
Amy's
about
already-
you.
I
don't know
think
what
that's what
about you,
makes
but
me
them
more
fighting
nervous.
words.
All right, here we go. So, we have an aerial shot of a massive Colosseum where fans are gathered in wait for these dragon games. You can hear the crowd cheer as the event is about to begin. A large arena with sand covered in the center, and you hear from a high top of a podium above the arena. You hear the voice of the host, who says, "Welcome one and all to Dragon Games." The host is decorated in all sorts of glamour around him, rings on every single one of his fingers, a giant purple and red robe that is so opulent it almost radiates elemental light in of itself. And you used to kind of hear as the crowd kind of goes wild, you see different like flashes of crystals flashing of lights kind of all around the arena, and the host stands above it all with arms stretched out wide. Yes, this main event is brought to you by Dot's RPG Project. Fans, you have a way to be able to, as every Dragon Games, to affect the outcome of the arena. Will it affect our contestants, or will it affect our main event? And now, introducing our players. Let's give a round of applause. And as they cheer loudly, you see this giant sort of gate open up. And the four of you players, you now walk into the arena as the crowd goes wild. And we're going to have you introduce your character and what you all look like. And we're going to start off with Mike the Quad. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
The ground trembles as a towering figure steps into view. His black fur gleams like obsidian, and his hepatizon gilded horns, worn and scarred, speak of countless battles. He moves in clunky, sun-bleached metal armor, each step a thunderous declaration of valor. The dark purple patina trim catching faint light like tarnished amethyst. In one hand, he effortlessly swings and rests on his shoulders a long-handled warhammer, and in the other, he plants a massive shield, steady as a mountain. He stands overshadowing and unshakable, a living bulwark. And as the dust settles, the Minotaur Paladin grins and says, "Hey there, I'm Chaperone, at your service."
And the crowd absolutely goes wild as you kind of walk in with your giant warhammer, and it glistens off of the flashes of light from the crowd as they take arcane like still images of everything that's happening. And we then fade to Ashlina. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yes, hello. I don't have a fancy intro like Mike, but we're gonna go with it. So Alana approaches. As you will see, she is wearing high heels because not only is she muscle mommy, muscle mommy, but she also likes to have a little bit of flair. Okay, she wears heels. She would be the girl at the gym who's wearing the pink Gymshark set. Like, she is girly girl, but she is not afraid to get her hands dirty and fight. Okay, she loves her friends. She loves to fight. She loves a challenge. Challenge her. She dares you because she is going to kick your butt. Okay. So yeah, muscle mommy, girly girl, wears high heels, big armor set, big shoulders, just like strong as heck, and has long hair. And her noble steed is here to visit. He would like to also play, maybe. But yes, that is Alana. Yeah.
Perfect. And as the crowd cheers, because you are a fan favorite, because for the there's a little bit of a montage playing on the screen of your last appearance in the Dragon Games, where you disappeared in the middle of the dungeon delve. We don't know where you hid, but you all of a sudden popped into here, and then you see signs in the crowd. One of them in particular kind of catches your attention that says "Step on me, mommy," and and you basically you do have some fans in the crowd as they go. And then we kind of pan over to Thor. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character? Actually, we pan up, like a little bit down as well.
Panning down into the character range, we see a 5-foot Harangon rabbit folk like person with brown and white fur. A little bit on the chunky side, they are better known through their brother Wicklet Maplefoot, but alas, this time it is Wunglet's time to shine. And as they stroll nonchalantly into the stadium, not allowing the crowd to move them, but them to move the crowd, they step forward, they sit down, and they take off their boots, and they raise this bludgeon, which they have in hand, revealing a sword leg. They are ready to dive into battle, and they are ready for some destruction. But at the end of the day, they are just ready to get home and sit back away from the crowds and the complexities of the Dragon Games. Wunglet Maplefoot is ready to party.
Yeah, and as of course, again, the sort of arcane flashes of light throughout the crowd kind of glistens off of your very bright and shiny sword, has been absolutely polished just a few minutes before walking into the arena. And then lastly, we then pan back up to Bell. Why don't you describe your character?
Absolutely. As the camera pans up, you see Pi, this 6-foot-tall, very slender elf with long black hair. She has amber eyes that when you look close to them almost look to be on fire like coals. As she steps forward, this black owl comes forward with matching eyes and bright red beak. Her armor is very unassuming. She seems to have taken care of it, but it's black studded leather and looks more for utility than for flashiness. She seems to be standing there, not uncomfortable with the attention, but definitely ready to be getting back out of the attention. And as she goes to step back, she wiggles her fingers a little bit, and on Elena's hand pops up this little flower ring, and there's just a little nod.
The crowd absolutely goes wild as the camera kind of pans in, zooms in into that flower ring, and kind of catches Alana's like face of surprise, and also blushes a little bit. But then as the camera kind of pans out, and all of a sudden you hear. The crowd goes wild, and you hear the host say, "Yes, folks, that is right. It is time to introduce our main event." And a big, huge screen kind of like appears above the arena, and as like what plays on the screen is a montage of images and video of our special guest. And this is where, Amy, why don't you describe as you arrive into the arena and what is on the screen?
Okay, well, first of all, you are expecting to see a big dragon come out and walk into the sand-filled field, and instead you see a tiny little 3.5-foot gnome in a purple top hat and a purple vest with some hints of green on her tuxedo that she's wearing. She's got a cane, and she just kind of hobbles out as if she's a little bit unsturdy on her feet. using the cane for support. On the screen itself, you see an enormous purple dragon's head, this purple amethyst dragon with ornate horns, and everything about their scales. She just looks like everything about her is jewelry. This gemstone dragon. You see, it says Kaldesatha, and in big letters, and you see a montage of what she has done to her past victims. And at first, the first thing you see is her victims, her people that she's playing against. They're all so much smaller than she is. So you see, when you see the victims dissipate, which they do, you only catch a purple claw or a purple horn, or just the smattering of the explosive force of her breath. But first you see Asdeth Huron the rope knitter, and it shows in a lower third that it's Asdeth Huron the rope knitter. And this famed dwarven monk is screaming his battle cry, and as he goes to attack, he just like blinks out of existence. And the commentator has no idea what happens and is like, whoa, they just disappeared. They're not of this world anymore. And next you see Sagai Bree, the hard-knuckled. This is a human paladin. And you see this human paladin. She's all decked out in her armor. And she goes to attack. And then she just atomizes, I think is the word. She just turns into a million different particles and lightly floats up into the ether. Everyone's pretty horrified by this. And finally, you also see Weston Earthstream the Slippery. This is a rogue bard, and they're in their leathers. And as they go to attack this dragon, you just see that they lose their mind very slowly. They are just like staring at the dragon and just completely are confounded. The commentators still don't know what to do about this. Look, this dragon's attacks are not your standard pile driver, helicopter spinny moves. This, you can tell that this dragon is going to go for a lot more psychic and dissembling of your entire body than going for some physical attacks. But as you look down at this little gnome, the gnome looks up, tips her hat, and as she's about to fall on her cane, she stumbles, does a forward flip, and as a bonus action, transforms into the magnificence of what she actually is, the adult amethyst dragon of Kaldesatha.
I love that. And the crowd literally goes wild. I love a good Willy Wonka reference. That is absolutely perfect for this.
You take the purple or you can get it.
Exactly. All right, and so as you all kind of are getting yourselves ready within the arena, you see the host float off of his podium and kind of float into a commentating booth, and right beside him is an orc figure, kind of with a headset and a microphone, and he kind of like sort of floats into the host floats into his chair, and he goes, and welcome one and all to Dragon Games. I have here with me my favorite commentator of these games, John Madden. Say hello, John, to these wonderful folks who are listening and watching at home.
As always, it's a real pleasure to be here. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this Dragon Games. It reminds me of the time when I was coaching the Raiders. You know my team, the Raiders. Yeah, we used to do this type of stuff all the time. And I got to tell you, a little quick downset of all these folks. First, we got Chaperone. Now, Aaron, he's been a favorite. He's been a favorite since the drafts, and I cannot tell you, you gotta watch this guy carefully. As far as Maplefoot, the thing about Maplefoot is that do not underestimate that rabbit. I can tell you from proper history, he can drink you under the table. That's for sure. As far as Alana goes, she's a fan favorite, but as far as I'd say as a coach, she's a little bit of a loose cannon. The problem is that she had won a bodybuilding contest a while ago, but when they came up to the time for the award ceremony, she was nowhere to be found. Why? Because Saks at Fifth Avenue was having a sale, and she was not going to be missing that come hell or high water. Finally, there's Pi. Well, what can I say about Pi? I can tell you this. Never turn your back on Pi. We were having dinner one night. She stiffed me for the check because she passed the spell passed without trace, which meant she left the building without anybody knowing, and I was left stuck with the bill. So Pi and I have a history. As far as Caldess goes, let me tell you something about Caldess. Apart from being a huge fan of Gene Wilder films, I'm a Silver Streak man myself. The thing about Caldess is you gotta watch her. You gotta watch her very carefully. I remember the time when Caldess went up against Vermitrax Pajority, and if you get that reference, good on you. And let me tell you something, she puts the mama in bad mama jamma. So, that's pretty much a rundown of everybody. I think it's time we now play the Dragon games, right?
Sounds about right, John. We'll be checking in with you throughout the arena, or throughout the games, as we get updates about our fan donations for Dots RPG as we go. And we are about... Oh, yes, John.
Did want to say one quick, we do have a spell scroll on the ground. I just want you to know. First spell scroll is on the ground, so make sure you know that there.
Yes, we do have. We see that fans kind of decided to be able to go to help either the players or the dragon a little bit early. We see a glowing moat within the arena itself as the players are about and the dragon's about to get ready. But we'll jump right back into the games as they are just about to begin. All right, folks. I think it's about time you're about to be able to square off. Normally, this arena is filled with kind of very blank, kind of sand with kind of this large sort of oval arena. But as all of a sudden, as you're standing there, the ground begins to shake, and as the players, you're standing in the center of the ring. All of a sudden, water starts to kind of like seep up from the ground around you, and you start to see like just shoots from the ground, like large and small crystals that kind of accumulate and just pop up as more water kind of like ponds or like little kind of areas that you don't know how deep or how shallow they are throughout the entire arena, and you have a large sort of place, like a kind of island in the center of this watery area, and you see Caldassa basically kind of like begin to fly up and kind of in the air. And as you're about to start, I want you all to roll initiative.
What dice do I pick?
Okay.
All right. Well, I have advantage on that, and I got a 27 nat 20, so...
Oh,
27.
start us
Okay.
Okay.
I see how it is.
I have a 6.
A 6. Okay.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. All right. Chap, what do you have?
A 3.
A 3.
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And Caldasatha, what did you roll?
I am at a 17, and my lair action is at a 20.
All right. I will add that in there as well.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yes, we are in Caldassa's territory, of course, because it's the arena. I have to I have to sell my main event somehow. Okay, I'm just getting everyone my order here. There we go. Drag that down to there, and all righty. Okay, first up we have Wonklet. You're standing in this center kind of like island mass. It's pretty big. You can kind of get to the edge of it within one movement, so you're not like but you are sort of surrounded by water. There is kind of like a little bit of like a land bridge that are with different sort of kind of outcroppings of just sand that just that you feel like you can be able to sort of stand on to kind of to walk across the water, so you're not absolutely stuck on the island. But that's kind of the environment that you're currently in right now. And in the center of this island area is a very large 20-foot tall crystalline sort of grouping, and it's kind of with the flashes of the arena, it kind of glows pink and purple as they kind of catch your eye. So it almost kind of casts its own sort of set of radiant light in this area. So Wonklet, you are first to act. What would you like to do?
Oh, all right. So how far am I away from that centerpiece crystal?
You're all kind of like basically right in the center with it. And I will say as well, we do actually have a glowing moat that is actually on the field. It's not on the actually, you know what? Let me hold on. Let me roll for it to see if it actually is on the same island as you are, or if it's not. Okay, so it is not on the island with you, but you see a glowing a moat. You don't know necessarily what it is just yet, but it is in the it's glowing gold, and it's in the shape of a D20 that's on the other side of the water.
Okay, so but I'm not too far from that centerpiece.
No, you're literally right beside it.
Okay, then you know what? I'm going to use one of my rabbit hops to jump 20 feet up and on top of it. And
Okay.
I'm just all right. What can I see from up there, and where's the dragon in relationship
Well, first
to where
let's
I am?
let's do an athletics check just to make sure that
right.
you can get up there.
All right. Well, I have a rabbit hop as a bonus action. I can jump 20 feet without provoking opportunity attacks.
There we go. Okay, cool.
So,
yeah.
But what can I see from up there, and where's the dragon in relationship to where I am?
Well, Amy, why don't you describe where you would be placed in the arena?
Yes. Remind me how big the arena is and what shape it's in.
It's in the shape of an oval. I will say it's at least kind of basically the size of a football field, so like 300 feet in all directions.
Okay, and these players are in the dead center near
In the dead center, yes.
Crystalline Island. Okay,
Yes.
and how big is the island?
Island is about 30 feet in diameter, so basically, yeah, from center to edge is about 30 feet.
Okay, well, let's just say this is towards the beginning of, and the water is everywhere else.
Absolutely, yes.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be coming from I'm coming from one of the narrower sides of the oval, and so I'm like hovering above the water. I'm kind of flying forward a little bit, having done my little stunt, and I'll be about 80 feet in, so 150. I'll be 70 feet away.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Well, then I'll end my turn there.
Okay, perfect. And then next up, we have a lair action. Y'all roll badly, so that's what's next.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Listen, I got a natural 20 with a plus on it. Okay, I didn't roll badly.
Thanks for the call out.
Okay, are there any of the players that are next to each other at the moment, nearby, within a 20-foot distance from each other?
I would assume.
Just to start off with, yeah, we have not separated just yet, so.
So is every single one of them except maybe the Herringon?
Yes, the
definitely
Herringon is on
next
top of
to
the crystal, and everyone else is
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
kind of in that there.
Then the three of you who have not hopped up on the crystalline structure, you just feel the magic around you, and it kind of crackles and forms into a force cage around you. It is 20 feet by 20 feet on each side, and it's made of bars. You can still see through it, but if you were to touch it, you can tell that you're definitely locked in by this force cage. You can still see through it. It's magical, and you can also feel that like spells going into it or out or coming out of it would fizzle at the touch as you pass your hands through, any of you casters.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Has that scroll been picked up yet? Have we picked up the-
No, it has not. No, it has not.
Okay.
But it is at the edge of the island, so it's a little bit outside the cage, but it is available if anyone can get to it.
Me.
Potentially.
We need that. Yeah. What? Okay. We need the scroll. We're stuck now. Sweet rabbit. Yes, please. We need the scroll. We're stuck.
I jump up for 5 seconds, and you guys get stuck in a force field. All right,
Listen.
fine. I'll get the scroll.
I could break it if it wasn't magic, but
I can break it if it wasn't. Listen, I'll get the scroll.
As y'all kind of like figuring that out, it is Calpastos the turn. So, Amy, what would
It's
you
my
like to
turn?
do? It is your turn.
Okay.
You're next.
Okay, perfect.
Smile.
I have a great thing to do. So you actually see Kaldasatha look around as if she also is surprised by the force cage, and she goes, "Oh, how convenient when the cosmos come together and the stars in the balance. They really can make a coincidence into something that benefits those of us who watch." And she looks right at the cage and she casts she casts control water. It turns into a flood as the water around the stadium rises and keeps rising up to 20 feet high. The water spilling over the island, and I don't know how tall up the amethyst structure is, but it sure does. It covers a lot of it for sure. It's 20 feet high, and meanwhile the dragon is almost walking atop the surface of the water, and just kind of watching it bemused, like, this is interesting that I cast this.
I
love
want to
this.
cry. I want to cry.
Yeah. So y'all are
Ashley wants
submerged
to cry.
underneath water, and basically, Wonkly, you're kind of just you're at the very top of this crystalline structure. So it's got like maybe like a few inches below you is the water. There are some sand outcroppings that are kind of like almost like little hills that do kind of like extend out beyond even with the new kind of like a water level, but that they are now a little bit further away than they were previously. But you do see actually the moat float up to the surface as well. So yeah, Amy, is that the rest of your turn?
It is. I do want to give a little stream of hope. Look, I got a little bit aggressive. Everyone gets to make a charisma saving throw against the force cage.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Thank
Isn't
you
that
so
nice?
much.
No, it's
That's
okay.
So nice of you.
Yeah. It actually is true. I just got a little zealous, like, wow, I can just make this happen.
Dragon said we're gonna go for a TKO right at the beginning here. Let's go.
I'm gonna drown everybody immediately. Oh, it's a DC 18 charisma saving throw.
Yeah, my 15 that I thought was good. Not quite.
Sounds like you're gonna need a little more charisma to talk your way out of that cage.
I think so.
Anyone else roll above a 15?
Hold on, I'm rolling right now.
That's crazy.
Okay. Waiting
I'm
for D&D
scared.
Beyond to have some fun.
Okay. Yeah. A 5.
Okay.
Those are
What
great
was the
words.
DC for that, Amy? For that charisma?
DC 18.
Okay. So no one got above an 18, I assume.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. We're all right.
All right.
I believe with 20 feet, the audience has to clear out, or like they're moving up to higher ground.
It is
as well.
so. It is pretty high. Like the first sort of like level of fans, they're definitely in the splash zone. So they kind of like as the water rises up, they're in their like little kind of like a rain soaked coats as they're just they know that basically they're gonna get blood, they're gonna get water. What happens? It's the Dragon Games. They came prepared. All right, and I assume that is the end of your turn, Amy.
It is that's the end of my turn. Correct.
Perfect. All right, Alana, you are next.
So, cool fact, drowning, not cool, not fun. If I were to...
I would recommend it.
Yeah, no, hate this actually. Like, Ashlina hates this very much. If I touch the cage, like, at all, what's happening? Like, am I melting? Am I... Nothing?
No,
Okay.
you can feel the confines. Also the force energy. It has a little shimmer around it. So the bars themselves, while they're translucent, you can also see where they
Gotcha.
kind of are, and you can see through the bars easily. The
Okay.
bars themselves are, I think, like a half-inch diameter bars, and
Okay.
they're half inches apart.
Okay.
And I will say
Could-
for you, Alana, because this is part of your disability mechanic, you do have chronic fatigue. So we're going to have you roll real quick a D20. So for those who are wondering, we do include disabilities in our game for our players. They for this particular mechanic, Alana will roll a D20, and if she gets below a 2. Then she has a point of exhaustion for the battle. And Alana, why don't you roll for that for me, please, and let me know the number.
Okay, lovely. I accidentally rolled 2, so we're not going to do that. Give me 1 second.
Okay, no worries. 2 dice, not the number, not the number 2.
Yeah, no, 2 dice. So I'm doing it again. Ooh, okay. Hold on a second. D&D
Okay.
Beyond being so slow. Let me make sure real quick. Got a 13, but I'm making sure that 13.
13. Okay, yep, you're totally fine. So yeah, now you can be able to do what exactly. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Well, finally, 13 is good for something.
Right.
All right. Why don't you? What would you like to be able to do?
Wow. I don't even know if this is possible. Can I push or like use any amount of my strength to move this cage?
I'll let the DM rule on that.
Yeah, because what was the saving throw for that one? If they touch the bars?
They can touch it, no problem. Like touching it doesn't do anything. They just are trapped and can't leave by non-magical means.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I would say you can be able to use your strength if you want to be able to, like, say, bend the bars, as it were, to try to get yourself out. I will say probably roll a Constitution saving throw right now because you are underwater and you see how long you can be able to hold your breath for.
Okay. I mean, I'll do my best.
This is kind of where we're at the mercy of D&D Beyond. But yeah, sorry, go ahead, Thor.
I was just going to
23,
ask,
by the way.
What do you
18,
add?
18 plus 5.
You'll be good for now. I will let you know when you're kind of start running out of air sometime soon. But you can, yeah. So you're good for now. If you want to be able to use maybe a sort of your strength to be able to, or a weapon to be able to kind of pry the bars, you can totally do that.
I would like to, since Amy said that the bars are like enough apart where I could probably fit my hands. Like, I want to see if I can like pull them like this, like apart, make a little hole that maybe we can try and swim through. I'm gonna do my best. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You are muscle mommy.
You're saying the bars can be bent, correct? So this means like physical, like I could, with a crowbar, for instance, I could use a crowbar or something and bend those bars.
I'm a fighter, so I'm like, I don't really have a lot going for me, so I'm literally just trying everything, like anything and everything.
Yeah. To answer your question, Thor, yes.
Perfect. All right, cool.
Okay. So, Alana, what would you like to? You're gonna try to pull the bars apart?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a? Let's go with just a straight strength check.
Okay. I'm scared.
It's okay.
It's the worst that could happen.
Exactly.
Right. So I got a 13 plus 2 for a 15. Again, lucky number. Pulling through for me right now. So a 15.
I will say you can, unless Amy, you have anything special with those bars, I'd say you could definitely pull it apart to be able to swim through. I think you can be able to use half your movement to be able to get out of the cage, and then you can use the other half to be able to kind of, I guess, swim to the surface. But you use your full movement in order to be able to do that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. All right, so you come up to the surface, and Wonkly, you actually see Alana swim up, as it were, and kind of gasping for air. And then
I'll take a legendary action.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
If you don't
I'm sorry,
mind.
you said what? You said what?
Absolutely.
I'll just go ahead and take a legendary action.
Just nonchalant. Why not?
Yeah, so I'm going to cast explosive crystal, and so basically you see the dragon kind of like curiosity lights in her eyes as her eyes grow a whitish purple, and she realizes that all of her victuals, her meat that she was about to eat, is getting away from each other. And so before that, she just kind of like and she coughs up this like crystal hairball basically, and it launches all the way it launches 60 feet forward, so not quite to the cage, but anything within a 20-foot radius sphere on that point, which I think is everybody. The hairball lands. The hairball actually looks divine. I mean, if you picked that up, you could sell that for upwards of hundreds of gold pieces.
Absolutely.
If you got to it before it exploded, which it's about to do. And when it explodes, everyone make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. So
And that's me
I will say
included?
that definitely would
20-foot
include.
radius.
Yeah, that would include. I think that pretty much would include everybody. Like I think because even underneath it's about 20 foot deep. So I would say probably I would say half damage. Yeah, I'd say because you're underwater, I'd say the explosion would kind of have a bit of like a sort of a lessening effect. So it will be half damage if you fail. But yeah, everyone roll a dexterity saving throw for us, please.
I'm crying. Amy. Please love
Oh, let's
me.
go. 20. 20.
Jeez.
17
I
plus
got
3. I'll take it.
I have a 10.
16.
Okay, so that's
15.
everyone. Okay, everyone but what Chap? You're the one who, or no, Thor.
One
Anyway,
Yep.
whoever
Wonglet was the
whoever's-
only one who survived.
Actually, okay. So if you saved, you actually don't take any damage. But if you didn't save, you take 13 force damage, and you're knocked prone. But I don't know if that happens underwater, the prone thing.
Yeah, underwater, I would say, yeah, definitely you could take half that for those who are still underwater. I think for Alana, as you're kind of still like you're above water, I think you'll take full 13.
Lovely.
And yeah, so and then I think because everyone's kind of like swimming, you're kind of like knocked back a little bit, but can't really necessarily be prone while you're underwater as you're kind of just floating. But it definitely does knock you back, and I would say,
as-
you know what?
As that completes, the dragon, the Kaldasatha, just goes, "From stardust we come, but from stardust we all must return." And it's just a little creepier.
The one that returns, I'm going to turn you to stardust, all right?
By the way, those who are underwater still take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you're kind of pushed back and hit the back of the cage as well.
So this means that I need to take 13 damage.
Correct. You are above water,
Okay.
so you will take the full hit.
Love that for me.
And then those underwater take 2.
You take full you take half, so that'll be now I'm trying to do math. So the 7 points of damage plus 2, so 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything's great. It's fine.
Yeah,
Pretty good,
everything's
right?
fine.
Yeah.
That's great.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's fine up here.
Okay, but
That's great.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Alana is wondering where the heck is this scroll because water is here now.
It's floating about 30 feet away from you, above the water. But you can't get to it now because
Right.
you've used your movement to get out of water.
Yeah, my turn's over.
So-
Got it. Okay, just wondering.
All right. Next up is Pie.
Okay.
Pie,
so,
please. Pie, please.
This. I'm going to try. I've got 2 things I could do. So this cage, is it magical means? Like it's definitely a spell, or is it just like concrete? Like it's there and
It's made of force, so it's a force cage. It's made of force energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And
if
So
I
there is a
technically-
hole.
Technically, you can't leave through non-magical means, but the dungeon master is very nice, and so that's fine.
I didn't want everyone to drown in the first round because.
And that's the difference between you and me. That's fine.
yeah. I'm not. If you know, I'll let Amy do it, but we'll see.
You gotta let Muscle Mommy have a little bit of a win, okay?
Stream's over. Yeah.
So there is a hole, like basically where Alana kind of bent the bars, so you can be able to swim out if you want to. I'll have you roll a athletics check in order to be able to swim through it. But otherwise, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I was just wondering if I get rid of it completely off the playing field, or if I use that to.
I'd say you could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, dispel magic. Would I have a chance to understand, or like, could I do an Arcana check to see if I would know if I could dispel this?
Yeah. Why don't you roll an Arcana check?
I'm gonna use my blue. I rolled a 16 plus 6.
Okay. Yeah, I would say you definitely know that you can't dispel it via magical means while in the cage. I will keep that as part of it still.
Amy got us.
Amy, you're having a great time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
I'm having a blast.
Okay.
I love the gift of the DM going, you know what? We'll let Amy have that one.
Yeah. Again, I am not anything but a balanced DM. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I will swim out, so I'll use my movement to swim out.
Okay.
Get to the top, and how far away is this scroll from the island?
About 30 feet. About 30 feet. So I will say that because Alana already kind of like opened the hole for you, you are able. When you get up to the surface, it is you do have about it's a kind of rough math, about 5 to 10 feet of movement you can still make. But if you can still do that unless you want to take your full action to be able to swim over to it, which I'll allow.
Could I cast Shape Water and freeze the water underneath the scroll, and then I'll use my movement to swim over to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then stand on the frozen 5-foot ice cube?
I will say, yeah, you won't be able to get to the scroll by this round. If you want to basically just swim straight to it instead of you casting control water to freeze it, you could be able to reach it by swimming to it. But if you use ice to kind of underneath, allow you to be able to climb up on top. It'll just you just have to take your next movement to be able to reach your next round to be able to reach the scroll.
Perfect.
Or unless anyone else grabs it first.
Please.
Perfect.
Which also, Amy, you have you can also go and grab it too if you wanted to.
No, you won't. Let's
No.
I'm just saying, I gotta be fair. It's on the field. It's on the field. I am just letting you know it's the arena.
Okay,
it's not me. It's the arena.
Thank you, stirring pot DM. We appreciate you.
All right.
So, I'd like to swim over to it. I want the ice cube. Making my way over there, and I'm 90% sure as a bonus action, I can spawn in my wildfire spirit flying above me.
Yeah.
So my owl transforms into this incredibly gorgeous fiery bird, and just has the smoke trailing behind as I'm swimming towards.
That's a bonus action, correct? Yeah. All right. I'll allow it.
Wild shape is a bonus action.
Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. And last up, still in the cage, last to go, we have Chap Arone. Mike, what would you like to do?
So the hole still exists, correct?
The hole still exists, yes.
Okay, and even though I am a Minotaur of medium build and have armor on, so I'm just floating there, just looking around with holding my breath. I want to make my way through it I should be able to go through it, correct?
Yep. You can.
Okay.
You
So
can, yeah, you
though
can
I
definitely do
have a
that.
large hammer and this shield, I filter those through, then go in between, having some of the armor scrape the edges of this cage, and
It's
I
a tight
make my
fit, but
way
you
to
can
the
do it.
shore. Yeah, so I make my
There is
way
no
up
shore.
to
Literally,
the shore.
you
Oh,
come to
no
the-
shore.
Yeah, you come to the surface and you
Okay.
see Wonglet still standing on the top of the crystal.
Okay.
You saw Pi basically. There's like a bit of ice underneath the moat that is kind of just now sitting on top, and Alana is just now kind of bobbing on the surface of the water, and Kaldasoth is just flying in the air, just chilling.
Okay. So, I was wondering, is there a way for me
Hands behind your head, yeah.
Use this action called Sanctuary. It is a bonus action.
Okay, why don't you describe what Sanctuary does?
It says you ward a creature within. Let me make sure this is the one I'm wanting to do. No, excuse me. Let me look at my spells.
Yeah, absolutely.
I swear I'm a paladin. I know about these spells. I want to use Beacon of Hope, 3rd level abjuration. Casting time says 1 action area is 30 feet, and I'm assuming everybody is 30 feet within me.
Yes, within 30 feet. Yep.
Okay, this spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration of each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. So I have 3 of those. Can I go and use that? And then now, am I able to lay hands and use 1 HP of lay on hands pool, which is a heal?
I would say, yeah, you could definitely do that because you use your movement to be able to climb up to the surface, and Sanctuary, I believe, is that your full? That's a full action, correct? It's just a label that I believe there.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, basically, I would say because Pi is right beside you, or actually no, Pi is actually kind of getting close to the moat, and Alana is kind of like right there. So you're able to reach out and touch Alana to kind of give some healing if you like.
Yes,
totally do that.
And that's what I want to do. Be able to essentially full heal. I just place my outstretched 4-fingered hand on her shoulder and says, "That was just a little bit of a scratch."
Yeah, thanks, pal.
Love that. Now, before we end your turn there, Mike, I'm going to have to, because your disability is you have a chronic pain. The way we work it out is basically you roll a d12 and then you subtract your constitution modifier, and that'll determine sort of what type of pain you have today. For those who are wondering, we basically have it where the player gets to choose what ability modifier they will take a penalty for today, and that penalty is determined based on the D12 roll. So Mike, why don't you roll that?
Was 5.
5. So what is your constitution modifier?
Plus
That'd be like whatever. +1, so you'll have a 4, which basically means you'll take a -1 to a specific ability score that you feel would be affected by your chronic pain for today. I'll let you sort of decide on that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And as the round, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, would that be 13 back to? Would I go back to 100 HP?
Yeah, that's how much you healed there, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, then absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Brings you back up to full. All right, and then as we end that round, we are going to cut to, we're going to take a quick break and cut to John Ma'adin for the player analysis.
On them. So what we got to do is we got to do this. We got to see Pi, and we've got to see We got to see your own. Back off just a little bit, and then what we need to do is we need to have Alana go on a far right while we have Maplefoot go up and fake back. This is going to confuse the dragon. They're not going to know what's going on, which is going to put the dragon on the defensive, which means it'll move to the left. It might move back. Whatever it is, it's going to offset currently the offense. As you can see, Steve, this is a serious pickle that we find our players in, and we got to make sure that everybody is on track here. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short Dragon Games.
I agree with you there, John, and I would absolutely think that, our players are definitely in a pickle, but I definitely appreciate your expert analysis here in the crit zone. Now, John, you do have some announcements to be able to make for our charity donation for Dots RPG, and also what special motes get dropped into the arena, correct?
Well, before we begin, I got to say something. This is probably one of my favorite Dragon Games
course,
ever because I love pickles. I'm telling you right now, pickles are my jam, as the kids like to say. But let's talk a little bit about the donations. Right now, we're sitting at $325. That's $325. Not too shabby, everybody.
Woo!
But, we got a lot of people here in chat. We got a lot of people, and if everybody just donated $1, we'd be crushing that goal that we've got set for today. But we've got a lot of good stuff here in the arena. We got we got 7 white diamonds. Sorry, I got to put my spectacles on because I'm old. We also got 1 gold icicle. Okay, it's a D20. I can't say that word. I didn't go to the fancy color.
No one knows how that sounds.
Well, we're going to say that 1 gold D20, and then we got 1 purple sphere and 2 green pyramids. We got all these motes scattered across the field. It's up to our players, and yes, to Caldes to decide who gets what and what goes where, if you know what I mean here. And I don't mean that in a physical or a clinical sort of way. Okay, we're just trying to keep it above board here. Now, absolutely. So family show and all that. So again, I just want to throw out to everybody, whoever's left standing at the end of this Dragon Games, I got some turducken set aside for you. So remember, I'm going to keep it warm. I'm just going to go ahead and check on it right now. Oh, listen, Caldes, if you've never had turducken, you haven't lived. I'm just telling you, you've never lived until you've had a really good turducken. Anyway, that's about all that I got, Hero. Let's get back to the games.
All right. Thank you so very much, John, for your the Crit Zone report for this round. I don't know the Kalsatha's vegan, so I don't know if you want to take him up on that turducken offer, but... Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, we are back to the top of the round. As John had mentioned, there are now new motes that have dropped onto the field, some of which have kind of are around you, some are kind of scattered about, but you have white diamonds, you have gold D20s, you have purple spheres, and green pyramids. What they are, you'll have to go be able to go to them to be able to find out. So we are going to go at the top of the order, which we are back again to Bunklet. It is your go. What would you like to do?
All right. So how far am I from the scroll and also from these new motes that have dropped onto the field?
Basically, there's a few motes that are kind of like dropped around you, and the mote that has the scroll, which is basically also a gold D20, that is about like 30 feet away. That's the one that's kind of underneath ice that Pi basically dropped.
So that one's unable to be gotten to at the moment, but the others. Go on.
I would say you could be able to move to be able to get to them, but there are a few kind of like just right near you. I will say you have some diamonds, you have potentially you have some pyramids right near you, and you have a sphere that's about like 15 feet away from you.
How many could I pick up within 30 feet of movement and a jump? That's an additional 20 feet.
You could pick up 1.
Okay. Well, which one is that? Which one is closest?
I will say you can either they're about equidistant. It's either the green pyramid or white diamond.
I'm gonna go for the white diamond.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do it. I'm gonna go directly for the white diamond, and what do I do from here?
Okay, so you go and you pick up and you touch it, and you kind of do feel like a little kind of an aura sort of like envelop, and the green and the glow of the white sort of light kind of brings a like it starts to envelop you, and you do actually you kind of feel a bit of energy around you, and you feel like you do have advantage on your next D20 roll.
All right. Okay, then. So how far away am I from this dragon?
I'd say I think you were about 70 feet away. Is that what you had mentioned there, Amy?
All
Yes.
right. So how much of my movement you said I used 15 feet of movement?
15 feet of movement, yes.
All right. I'm going to go 15 feet in the direction of the dragon. And let's see. I guess at this point, that's all I can really do. I'm guessing the ice, can the ice be broken through, I'm assuming?
Ice can be broken, yes.
All right, then I'm gonna. Can I take out of my backpack a crowbar and throw it back in the direction of the scroll for anybody who wants to use it? Would that be possible? If not, that's okay.
You don't necessarily need it because you're kind of all of you are able to be on top. There's basically like it's when you kind of went to the moat. Basically, you don't have to like physically open it. You just have to touch it in order for the effect to happen.
Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if this was like ice that we had to break through kind of thing. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, then I'll end there because I really can't do anything else. And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to do anything, roll any damage, anything like that?
I don't think I can get close enough to deal any damage. So yeah, that's gonna be have to be it for me because I'm still.
All right. So just make sure
away.
to mark off that your next D20 roll you do have advantage.
All right.
All right. Then we have the lair action. Amy, what would you like the arena to do?
Yes, well, the arena senses Kaldasatha's presence and likes it so much that it's going to create quantum entanglement, and it's going to make a spatial projection which copies Kaldasatha identically and moves and makes a copy of and pastes her right exactly where she would want to be, which is right next to everybody. So within... She's just this huge, 20 foot, I guess 15 foot tall dragon that kind of just hovers above the water right next to you, right next to where everyone is. And she just says, "Oh, hello. Wow, you look different up close. More cosmic. I see the light within you, and it shines as the planets of Earth and the material plane shine within my mind. You and I will make wonderful thoughts together. Would you like to thought meld with me?" And that's what the new projection speaks to you, and that's what it does.
Fantastic. Okay.
Are these thoughts screaming in pain?
Yeah, I'm scared.
She says it out loud, and it's like a little uncomfortable, but that's about it.
All right. And then, it's Amy, it is your next to go.
Oh, well, how about that? Great. So I'm going to. So she, as she's like engaging all of you with this offer basically to mind meld, you can see her neck just rear back a little. And and then she moves forward and lightly breathes over everyone in a 60-foot cone, which I think will get everybody. And you must, it's actually, the breath itself is like a transmutation of the gravitational pull. So all at once, you just feel extremely claustrophobic, but then more expansive, and it waves back and forth, almost creating nausea in all of you. And everyone make a DC 20 strength saving throw.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what you do.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I got a 21, 15 plus 6.
Nice.
An 8.
23, 18 plus 19 plus 4.
Oh, dang.
Alana.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so those of
23.
you who really, so only one person actually failed.
Alana is very quiet right now. What did you roll?
Oh.
I got a 7.
Okay. So just
Okay.
Pi and
You and me
Alana
together.
failed.
Okay, so the two of you who did fail, you take 45 force damage as your world is rocked, and you just feel the elements of the just earth itself squeeze in on you and expand and squeeze in and expand, and your physical form is having a difficult time existing on this plane. Your speed is now 0 until the start of my next turn. And if you did succeed, you take half as much damage, so 22 damage. Nothing happens to your speed. But you're all a little shook.
And at this point, literally, they hear the crowd literally kind of go wild, and they start chanting, "Dragon, dragon, dragon, dragon!" And yeah, is that the end of your turn, Amy?
I'm gonna say that for a bonus action, this copy is going to teleport 60 feet away. So they're on the other side of the field if it can.
So it was like
So
close,
bonus
and then
action?
it.
Yeah, so it's a dragon sandwich. Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
lovely.
Everything
favorite.
I wanted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
delicious.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
And that's the
then,
end.
Alana, you're up next. What would you like to do?
Is that right? Yeah. I'm at 0 speed, so like what can I do?
Well, unless you have any bonus actions or any like kind of ranged attacks you can be able to do, that's kind of really about it, I think.
Yeah, I have a javelin. But
You can try to throw a javelin if you want.
I'm gonna do it. Let's just throw it.
Okay.
Let's just go for it. I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Go for it.
Try to think like what would Alana do? My question is, and I'm trying not to get too like detailed into this because like obviously we're short for time, like, you know,
Yes.
but can I just go for like, can I just know that there's like a spectral dragon and then like the real dragon and just throw the javelin at the real dragon?
Oh, I will say
you know, they both are real. They are both like actually real, and they both would take damage. They're both corporeal.
Okay.
Completely.
Yep.
Love. Okay, then I'm just
say
gonna.
as well, just as a kind of as a heads up, you do have some moats kind of like nearby that you can basically reach out and touch. Even though your speed is 0, doesn't mean
That's right.
Yeah. So there are
what's
some.
near me?
You do see some diamonds. You do see some spheres, but right beside you is a pyramid. If you like.
Let's grab that. Would like to
Pyramid?
grab that,
Okay.
please.
All right. So as you kind of reach out to the green pyramid, same thing again. The kind of a green glowing light sort of envelops you, and you have unlocked an auto hit. So you can, if you're throwing your javelin, you basically will that automatically hits, and you can just roll damage.
Let's go.
So pick a dragon and roll damage.
Yay! All right, I'm trying to roll it. Sorry.
That's all good. It's all
Here we
good.
go.
And basically, the crowd kind of like goes nuts, and then they'll just say, "First blood, first blood, first blood."
It's gonna be a 5 + 2 for a 7.
5 + 2 for a 7. Okay, so yeah, Amy takes 2 or 7 damage. So there's that.
You did great.
You did great. Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, yeah, you can't really move, so that's pretty much the end of your turn. So we're gonna go back to Pi.
Yay!
What would you like to do? You're
Okay,
kind of
cool.
close to your gold. Your kind of gold D20 because that's still kind of like underneath ice. But you do have some other moats around you if you like. But basically, you saw Alana throw a javelin at Kaldasatha, and that took a little bit of damage. You know, not a huge amount, but at least something.
Little
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will say though, because you do have the autism disability mechanic, I'm going to have you. So the way that works, folks, if you're wondering, is that we created an autism mechanic where it uses the stress mechanics within D&D, and every day you start off with 2 points of stress. So I'm going to have you roll Pi a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
Because you are really stressed. You're almost drowned.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Nat
and
20.
My wisdom modifier is
Okay.
+5.
So perfect.
Let's
So
go.
with a nat 20, you actually lose a point of stress. You're now officially down to 1. Once you reach 5, that's when the only way to be able to get past is you have to self-care or stim. But right now, you've lowered down to 1 stress point. So congratulations. And now, what would you like to do?
I don't like what's going on. I don't like that I can't move. So with the calm that is coming over me, I would like to conjure an elemental behind one of the dragons. So I can 60 feet. So if I can be, am I within 60 foot of a dragon? I imagine so.
Yep.
I just kind of want to flank at least, grab the attention of the dragon away from where we are. And I will bring in an ice elemental that somehow looks like it's on fire, but it is definitely like frozen. And it's almost as if everything coming off the ice elemental goes into vapor and smoke.
All right, yeah. So as the water kind of like, it almost a bit of like a sinkhole within the water happens, and then all of a sudden, just like these like shots of like ice crystals kind of just shoot up from the water, and as it does, kind of like a Superman Fortress of Solitude sort of style, just kind of just starts jamming up, and then forms a large beast of an elemental with ice, and it has kind of like this white, like glowing fire all around it, and yeah, you officially have an ice elemental. And what would you like it to do, Pi?
Are there any of the floating things around me? Can I reach any of these?
You are closest to the gold D20, and you basically can be able to get access to every other. Like you have a white diamond. There's also a purple sphere. You're not near the pyramids, but yes, purple spheres and gold D20s, and the diamonds are kind of near you.
Let's take
There's only
gold.
Okay. All right. So you kind of you get over to you touch it, and again that same kind of like glowing gold energy surrounds you. But in your hands, you see a spell scroll that forms in your hand, and I want you, Pi, to roll me a d20. Nothing to add, just a d20.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
A 6. So you have a spell of divine favor. And basically, until the spell, and when you use it, until the spell ends, your attacks with weapons deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on a hit, and it is a bonus action. So you can mark that off as a divine favor 1-use spell scroll.
Perfect.
And because you
Seeing
use the
this,
ice
I'm
elemental, I think that's a bonus action, I think, as well, correct? To use?
Casting time is 1 action.
Okay. It is an action. Okay.
But it doesn't say whether I can damage this round or if I have to wait till next.
I think because it was a summon to cast. I think you can be able to start attacking in your next round. And because you use so it is a free action to basically to pick up the moat and to identify. So that's so you just have that available to you. So I think you're pretty much you have a little bit of movement left, but that's pretty much would be your turn.
I can't move. I'm frozen, but I do have my bird.
Okay. Yeah. What would you like the bird to do? Yeah, the bird will run on your turn as well. So now that you have that out,
within 60 feet, I can shoot a very small, cute little fireball. So I will do so.
Just a small little fireball.
Just a little guy. Just a little guy.
It's an itty bitty little guy.
Just a little bitty, yeah.
Just a little bitty. At whichever one I can get into reach, and it's so then I get to roll to hit.
Yeah, go for it. Roll the hit.
Another nat 20.
Hell yeah! Awesome. Well, we love him at that 20. The crowd literally just kind of goes wild.
Okay. I got
So,
rid of all
yeah.
of my really bad rolls. Now I'm here for this.
Love it.
So that, Amy, to you is a 29 to hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That absolutely is.
And then
So roll and then double the damage dice.
okay, I rolled a 4 and it's plus, so then it's 8 plus 4.
8 plus 4, so 12. So yeah, Amy, you take 12 points of damage, and I believe that is the end of your turn.
Wow.
And
I'll go ahead and take my legendary action.
Oh,
Yay. Thank you so much, Amy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I mean,
love this.
Yeah, I mean, just for you guys, I'll do that. But
Just for little old
so
us.
generous.
so I'm going to attack. I'm going to swipe at the elemental that just appeared right next to me.
Okay.
And let's see if I hit with my claw. Oh yeah, 19 on the die, so it'll be a 31 to hit.
Mm.
And I do 11 slashing damage to the ice fire elemental.
Perfect.
But the way that you see that she's doing this, she just looks curious, like it's a little plaything, almost like a cat playing with a ball. And she just kind of, oh, what has manifested before me? A bit of magic, a bit of joining of atoms together to make me distracted? I don't think so. And she just goes, huh, and takes 11 slashing damage.
Amazing.
All right. Cool. All righty. As that happens, Mike, you are last in the order. It is
All right.
your turn. What would you
cool.
like
So
to do?
my beacon of hope is still out there, right? For 1 minute.
Yep.
Concentration up for 1 minute. Okay, cool. Who needs healing? Chap looks around and sees, the party members and taking some of this damage from shrapnel and swipes, and is like, I did not expect to be a healer today. Who needs healing?
Hi.
Well, pretty much everybody's around the beacon, so up to you.
I'm fresh, so
Can
I
I
don't
only
need any.
heal one person with my lay on hands pool?
I would say you could definitely, if you want to do it twice, because I think it's up to 3 times, I think, per round, I believe, correct? Is that what it says, or is it up to 3 times total?
For lay on hands, it just says you have a pool of healing power. Oh, as an action, you touch a creature. So
Okay.
I'm guessing from that is just 1.
Yeah, so that'd be just 1, yeah.
Okay. So who has the least amounts of health out of those who are close to me?
I don't know
You,
if we're close. I've got 33.
Alana?
Oh, I got 55.
Okay. So are we close enough, Pi?
Yeah, you are definitely,
In,
all
like,
you're pretty
touching
much,
distance? Okay.
yeah, you're definitely
well,
moving close.
I use lay on hands on pool, and as I kind of look over to Pi, I kind of look back at the dragon, and I kind of just give this little kind of fist bump, like nudge to to Pi, and use my lay on hands pool to regenerate full health.
Okay, cool. I love that.
Thank you.
All right, and so that will end the round. And once again, we're going to take a quick break and jump back to John Madden for the Crit Zone player report.
Wait. Actually, I'm so sorry. I get another legendary action. I actually get 3, but with my claw attack. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that thing again to the ice elemental.
Okay, yeah.
Just really quickly.
John, we'll get back to you in a moment.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. I don't know that this will hit. Does a 15 hit your ice elemental?
15 is armor class.
Okay,
So
then I'll
just
hit,
hits,
and that's 11 more slashing damage. Okay. The end.
Absolutely. Okay. And now we love when a dragon basically decides to basically just, hey, you know what? The dragon does. All right. We're going to jump back into the Crit Zone player report with John Madden.
I'm not going to say that the dragon is a diva, but look at this breath that they're going to be spewing out there if these players don't do something soon. But you know, that's what divas do. Divas interrupt people's bits when they've been working really hard to make sure the bits work. So here's how the player's going to get back at this diva dragon. One's going to cut loose, but going to use stealth to flank that dragon. The other players, I want to watch that. Your Pie is going to go on ahead, cut, boom, right there. She's going to cut over to the right while Maplefoot cuts over to the left, boom, over there, and there you got it. Meanwhile, who's left? Yeah, that's right, Chaperone. He's going to also go into stealth, and he's going to flank this diva dragon, making sure he doesn't cut off any other's bits when they're getting ready to do their comedy shtick, because they've been working really hard on that. As I'm telling you, Steve, dragon be dragons. They do what they do, and I totally get that, and I totally understand. But you know, they need to pull in and rein that little diva attitude, don't they?
I mean, hey, I'm always for, again, just the dragon to allow them to be able to do what they want to do, and hey, it's their arena that we just live in it. But
Sorry,
thank you so much, John,
I think
for
that
that.
rant made the veins in my forehead pop out a little bit. Sorry about that. But I did want to say...
All good, John.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you know, we're sitting at 345, and that tells me that people are slowing down with the donos. But remember, here's the thing to know about the donations. If you want to know where to give, there's that QR code. You scan that QR code, boom, just like that, you'll be back over to Tiltify. You can also look up this charity on Tiltify as well, and make sure that you drop in your donos, because your donations are going to decide who wins. Either the beautiful players, all four of them, beautiful human beings that they are, or Caldest, the Diva Dragon. So let's just go on ahead and let's talk a little bit more. Oh, no, Callus. You're not gonna be flipping your hair on me. I'm watching you, okay? I'm watching you. But remember that we're doing good things here at Dragon Games. We're raising money and awareness for Dot's RPG project. It's gonna be a good time. Meanwhile, on the field, we got a lot of action on the field here. We've got I'm waiting on the updates on what we have scattered on the field. I'm looking to see here.
I think we have like a few diamonds. We have some a gold D20, a purple sphere, and a green pyramid.
Right
but
there. All right.
With
Looks
that
like
being
it's gonna
said,
be shaping up. It's going to be shaping up to be a banger of a round.
Amazing. Thank you so much, John. And actually, for those who are in chat, this round is brought to you by also Twitch, because this round, every donation that is made during this round, Twitch will match, and I am basically hitting hard for this one. So make sure to donate, because if there's any round to donate to, this would be it. And believe me, you definitely want to be able to make sure that you do so, because I've got some few tricks up my sleeve. So please donate to. It's a great cause. You're providing some braille dice for some blind players, but also some amazing accessibility resources within the TTRPG space. So donate as much as you can. Even if you can only just answer the poll, who do you want to win, players or dragon? Even a $1 minimum donation will help as well. All right, we are now back up at the top of the round with Wonklet. What would you like to do?
All right, so about how far away am I from the dragon again? I think it was around 55 feet last time.
Yeah, I don't think you moved your previous turn that much. Correct, Amy?
One dragon is 70 feet away and one dragon is 60 feet away.
Yeah.
But they are the same dragon. It's quantum entanglement.
Oh, okay.
Do
So
they
how
have
far?
the same? Sorry, I'm so sorry, Thor.
No,
Do they
you're
have
good.
the
Go
same?
on.
Do they share HP or are they separate?
I don't have y'all hit them yet?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. They
Yes.
share
Yes.
HP. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not like double HP. It's like when you hit one, it's the same
Okay.
dragon.
The Q is the
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well
Okay, I'm
They're
cool
all-
with that.
that makes
All
me
right,
feel
so-
so much better.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not fighting against necessarily two dragons with the same HP. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'll have to remember that for future Dragon games. But anyway, yeah, Wonklet, what would you like to do? You do have
All
some
right,
motes that
well,
are
I
also
guess-
around you too.
I guess the first thing I'll do is I'll give myself heroic inspiration. Since I started my turn without it, that is one thing I can do with heroic warrior. So I'll have heroic inspiration for any die rolls. I also still have that advantage. Which moats are on the way to the dragon I'm currently closest to? Because I will continue in that direction, my maximum movement speed, and continue on that way. and pick
I will
that
say
mode
you
up?
are definitely close to a lot of them. I think the fans have kind of seen the plight of the players, and I mean, because the dragon's pretty close too, they decided to kind of throw it all right near you. So you're near some white diamonds. There's some gold D20s. There's a purple sphere, and also a green pyramid as well.
How many am I allowed to pick up during a turn?
One.
Okay, then you said there was a purple one?
There's a purple sphere. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take the purple sphere.
Okay. As you do so, you again the moat kind of grows bright purple and kind of surrounds you with a purple aura. And I want you to roll a d12 for me.
All right, D12. There we go. Rolling 1d12, and that is going to be a 6. So there we go.
6. You actually have a
rocket launcher, rocket
oh,
launcher.
this is gonna be great. You actually have a potion of fire breath. It's an orange liquid that flickers and smoke fills the top of the container and wafts out whenever it is opened. And when you take that, it'll take a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of yourself. Target makes a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, so let's see. So, like I said, I was continuing my way 30 feet of my initial movement speed. You said that has to be used as a bonus action, correct?
Yes, it's after drinking potion, you take a bonus action, exhale. Yes, so I will allow you to be able to do that.
So I was gonna say, so that dragon should be around 30 feet away. So I might as well roll the dice and see if I can blow a dragon breath better than a dragon. Let's go for it. So what am I rolling?
And because
here?
you still also have advantage from previous, this because
Oh,
this is your next
yeah.
d20 roll, you do have advantage on this roll.
And I also have heroic inspiration.
There you go. So they're not double advantage, but I think it's because I think it's just straight advantage.
Yep. Okay. So what am I rolling? D20 for hit.
D20 to hit.
do I
Yes.
just-
Oh no, sorry.
Okay.
Actually, so Amy, you have to take a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, very good. 22.
22. Okay, so succeeds, but the roll you'll take half the damage. So Thor wants to roll 4d6 fire damage.
All right. So you said I have advantage, correct? Or
No,
do
because
I-
it's basically it's a dexterity saving throw, so you don't have to roll to hit. So I apologize. That was my bad. I misread
No
my own
worries
notes
at
here.
all.
So basically, you just roll 4d6, and Amy will take half that damage.
That is going to be 15 damage.
Total, or that's halved?
Total. So that's halved. So whatever you're doing, rounding up, rounding down, I'm not sure.
I round up because it's fine. So 8.
Okay, so eight damage total. And let's see. So that was my bonus action. I've used all my movement. And I believe that is all I can currently do. So I maintain that advantage till next round, correct?
Basically, it's whatever your next d20 roll is.
Perfect. I believe that is all I can do because I don't believe I can do any more attacks at this range as a fighter. So actually, I was gonna say if I threw a weapon, how far is the throwing distance as a fighter with 15 strength?
Ooh. I think you can definitely you'll be able to hit because you're relatively close. Yeah, I'll just say I think you can be able to at least hit one. Yeah, you can hit one of the dragons.
Okay, so quick question: if I were to throw my longsword, which has sap on it, would that work for the throwing?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I'm making you work today, but
No. I'm also having to be able to do math in my own head, and I hate math, which is basically like I don't know why I got into D&D because you need math. I'll just say, you know what? Why don't you roll a athletics check for me?
All right. I have advantage on athletics, so let's see. So, well, that was a 20. So 14 plus 6. So 20.
Oh, so dirty 20. Okay. Yeah. I'd say you can do it.
Okay. Well, then we're just gonna go ahead and throw. And can I do a two-handed throw, or would you just like one-handed?
Yeah, let's do one-handed because you are.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to roll that, and that is going to be 6 damage on there. You know what? Actually, I'm going... Can I use my heroic inspiration on this to re-roll that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
I know. I'm just that good.
Okay,
at the
so
end.
you get 4 damage. I throw my longsword boot at you.
Did you roll versus my AC?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that
Give
you'll
me
definitely
1
have to
second.
do.
Hit DC. Here we go.
Which you
so
do have
I
advantage on because that'll be that'll be the advantage you got for this one.
So first one was 11. Let's roll again. And the second one is a 19 plus 6, so 25. Does 25 hit?
It does. Okay. Whoa.
I swing back. I throw my boot longsword at you with the cleats coming right at your face. Take that, you big purple lunk. So
Perfect.
4 damage right at the face.
And
right.
I'm sapped.
Yes.
Is that disadvantage?
Yes, I believe Sap, if you hit a creature with a longsword, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your turn.
That's messed up.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
And as it happens, it is the lair action. So
Okay.
Amy, what
Well,
would you like to do?
right after that, I'm going to take my legendary action and I'm going to do
Okay.
the explosive crystal again. And the reason I only did 1 legendary is because it costs 3 legendary actions. But so I'm going to cough up my amethyst again. And I'm going to make it land. I can throw it 60 feet and anything within a 20-foot radius sphere on that. So as far as where people are, that'll get at least 2 of them, right? If not 3?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Okay, then everyone in that 20-foot radius sphere, 60 feet away from that dragon, needs to make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw.
So that will be Alana. That will be Chap, and yeah, that would be the only 2, because the rest are kind
great.
of like
Okay.
a little bit spread out.
So we just do a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, and you're looking for a DC 20.
Crit fail.
Oh.
Okay.
13.
Okay, you both take 13 force damage and you're knocked prone. Unfortunately, there's no real mechanic for a crit fail. You just do fail, but I'll let the DM rule if anything special happens.
You know what? I'll let you decide, Amy.
Okay. Okay.
This is absolutely your action. I'm like I bow to your expertise on that one.
This is what happens. This is like a very cosmos driven dragon, very magical physics is basically what their motivations are for these amethysts. So actually when this explodes, you do take 13 force damage, you are knocked prone, and you kind of get a hit of like the universe all at once. You get too much information too quickly. So you get to ask a question about the universe to the universe.
Love that.
Oh,
And that was
okay.
that was for everyone, or I think was it just the
no,
ones
just
who,
for the crit fail.
Crit fail. Okay, so Chap, you have the universe's attention. What would you like to ask?
How can we end this dragon?
Okay, and the universe responds with actually you as the player know that this is horribly wrong information, but you don't clock it, and it tells you that the dragon is made of the same stuff as you, and so you interpret that to mean that if you kill yourself, the dragon also will die.
Oh man, my head's about to explode from that.
And they know, and he knows that it's that it is not true, correct? Or would they have to roll?
He's
like
confused. I'll say he's very
confused.
confused because this was the crit fail. This was like you just learn too much too fast. So on some level, it is true. Like everything's connected. You know that to be true. And then when you're like, well, how would I kill it? So you're getting you're getting two sides of the same coin. It's just you're going to get the wrong answer of that coin because of your crit fail. Oh no, sorry. But I'm not gonna like. I don't think it's gonna be like, oh, you're committed to doing harm to yourself. It's just that you did get wrong information, but on some level that is there was like a line tying it to your logic of what the universe is. So that's what I decide.
Like, with all this information coming in, just babbling, just I am them, they are me, we are atoms, and everything is us, and it just keeps on babbling off.
Perfect.
Love that.
Okay, then
so
now
that
it's
was
the
your
lair
legendary
action.
I think,
Yeah.
right? Now it's your lair action.
Wow. Okay, lair action. The lair action is going to sense that Chap is psychically now connected to the powers that be, and the lair itself is also one with the universe, and so it's going to channel a whisper from the dragon into Chap's mind. Make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As a person, Steve is like, oh my god, poor Mike. But as a DM, I'm like, yes.
I have 16.
Okay, so you save. The dragon whispers to you, brother. We are one. You and I are of the same stuff, and to the same stuff we will end. Will you join forces with me? And together we will see our thoughts merge and grow exponentially as we reach a singularity together. And you are drawn to that, and at the same time you fend it off with too many thoughts in your head. You go back into yourself of who you actually are, and the separation and the distance between your corporeal form, your own consciousness, and everything else that's going on around you. So you're able to just make some discernment boundaries over your existence, which is really great for you.
Yeah, you're contemplating the universe.
So was that something like a charm?
I was going to be charmed. You were going to be charmed, but you're not charmed.
Okay, so probably my aura of devotion kind of helped me get out of that, even though it was a struggle.
Oh, you were already committed to someone else's. Amazing.
I mean, it was worth a try.
Oh yeah. The lair saw you as a weak victim, and that was you. Okay, so now is it my turn?
It is, yes.
Lovely.
Oh my!
So now it's my turn. I'm actually going to fly forward. I have a fly feet of 80, so I can get into a really good position. I might take an opportunity attack from the ice elemental.
I think so.
Yes, you would be.
Yes.
We were. Yeah, I was like fight in melee. Okay.
Which would be the ice claw attack, I would imagine.
It's melee attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so melee. So I rolled a 13 plus 7, so that's
that hits.
30, 20.
Yeah.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Locke, I'm seeing you in chat. It's like not another Amy turn. I'm like, it's how the initiative rolled.
It's always an Amy turn.
That is 15 damage. It's
Oh my gosh.
48.
What
plus
kind of
4
damage?
for the slashing? Slashing.
Oh,
so you
okay,
might be
great.
resistant to it, but
No, you can see that the ice elemental is doing exactly the amount of damage you would expect to come from an ice elemental. So yeah, the dragon hisses, but nevertheless travels forward to where she's going to set herself. I would say she's trying to get as many people in a cone as possible, a 60-foot cone. So I think she's able to do it even with the movement of sorry, I don't remember which player that was.
Yeah, they would all be with it. Like they kind of spread out a bit to about 60 feet, but yeah, you'll be able to hit them all within one.
Okay, but
yes.
Okay, let's see if I can singularity breath one more time. If I can't, I'll have to do something else. I cannot. It's a recharge spell. So actually, I'm going to go all the way forward to the closest the closest person to me. Is that Thor?
That would be Thor. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to attack. I'm trying to bite you and claw at you. So let's see.
Cute.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes. Yes, a 24 hits.
Does a 19 and an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay, then you take.
Ooh, rabbit stew. Here we go.
Okay, you take a lot of damage, but write these numbers down. As I bite you, you take 18 piercing damage and 9 force damage. Oh. And then for my claws, you take 11 slashing damage each for 22 slashing damage.
Oh,
and literally the crowd just goes wild and just screams out again, "Dragon, dragon, dragon!"
Yes,
So
you see that all of her, as much as she is thinking and contemplating on bigger macro terms, she's also just a feral beast too, and so she's sick of getting hit, and she's sick of people coming for her and throwing their freaking long swords at her, which should not be possible. And oh my god, cancel all of that. I have to roll these with disadvantage.
Yes, yes,
that's right.
Oh, let's
So,
go.
okay. Those were all the hits. So I'm going to do each one of them at disadvantage. Golly.
Okay.
All right, this is the bite attack. Okay, a 9 plus a 12, still a 21.
Still hits.
Still hits. Okay, that hits. So here's the claw. A natural 1. One of those 11 does not hit. Natural 1.
All right.
Okay.
And then an 8 actually. So an 8 plus 12 is 20. Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
Okay,
All
okay.
right,
So minus 11 slashing damage.
Oh, bet. That's awesome. Let's
Dang
go.
it! That happened during my monologue. That's like the perfect reason why a villain shouldn't monologue, because the longsword shouldn't hit. The longsword might stab you. That's illegal. Oh wait, I'm stabbed.
Talk about a throw of faith right there. Oh my gosh.
Saved you there, Wonklet. I just gotta say right now, my cheeks hurt because I've just been smiling so much. This has been absolutely awesome. Thank you all so much for doing this. All right, and that is the end of your turn.
Done. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap.
All right. Next up, we have Alana. What would you like to do?
So I'm knocked prone, correct?
Yes, you would be.
Yes. Would I be able? Is there anything near me that I could reach for, like any of the items? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You
What
have
we got?
access to, you have some white diamonds. You have 1 gold D20 and 1 green pyramid.
Let's go for the green pyramid.
Okay. All right. So as you go to touch it, the green light kind of fills your body, and you feel you have your next combat action is an automatic hit.
Let's go.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
but does that count for? But I'm prone this round, so I would have to.
You can still you have to use half your movement to get up, and you can only move another. I think your speed is 30, so you can only move an additional 15 feet. But you can still use your action to attack if you have anything to attack with that.
How far? Because I have a dagger, but the range is 20 feet. The dragon isn't that close, right?
I think I'm 30. I'm as far away from where Thor was.
Okay, which was
How far
30.
Yeah,
did you
so-
move, Thor? 30.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
gonna
basically
say,
Thor moved a little bit. So yeah, you could use your full action to be able to go towards Thor, but so that you can be able to be ready to be able to attack. But that's the best you can be able to do unless you have anything that you can throw.
Yeah, let's move towards Wonklet's direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use that. Okay.
Cool. And you have make sure to write down you have an automatic hit for your next combat roll. All right. It is now Pi. You're up.
DM question.
Yes.
Do I use my action to move the elemental? Or is that running alongside
it's running
my turn?
it's running it basically around like on your turn, but it doesn't take up any of your own personal sort of actions. So that has like its own sort of turn order. So it can do whatever it wants, and then you can do whatever you want.
and other players. Everyone's kind of hurt, right? Like hurting.
Ow. Yeah.
Yeah?
2/3.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm about 3/4.
Because what I can do, I can cast Mass Cure Wounds if that would help everybody on the playing field. For our wonderful party. So seeing that everybody's gotten hit, I want us to survive. I do not want the stress of going down, and this dragon is not being nice to us at all. So, a blanketly light that's like a warm, cozy fire comes over you, and I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds at 5th level. And Mike, I just want to confirm, does this mean we get max healing because of your aura?
Yes, let me go on here. Sanctuary. Oh, Beacon of
Look
Hope.
at Amy's face.
It says range of 30 feet. Yeah, it says for the duration of each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Okay, perfect. So
I think I'd be out of range, but everyone else would get
Yes.
it.
Okay.
So actually,
I'm coming to you,
and
Wonklet.
Alana will be
Don't
out of
worry.
range because Alana's right by you.
Perfect.
Okay.
So basically, it'll be you,
I can
Pi,
get-
and Chap will be. You can be able to do max heal.
So we're max heal. It's 5d8. So I think that would probably just take everybody up. I can't math very quickly. 5d8.
40.
40. So
Oh, yeah.
40 healing to
Oh,
everyone.
There you go.
Oh my.
I'll take
Nice.
it. I'll freaking take it.
And then my ice elemental will follow the wonderful dragon and be like, but wait, I thought we were friends. I wanted to be your friend. Come back. And enter into your space, because you moved 30 feet or 60 feet? Amy?
I moved. This is how I understood it. Group of people in the center, dragon 70 feet north, dragon 60 feet
Oh.
south. Then
Okay.
Thor moved south 30 feet towards
Yes.
the
Yeah.
other dragon. Then
Same
I
with
moved
Alana.
up 30 feet to meet Thor, and now we're 30 feet away from the group. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm
Yep.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
that's exactly
Okay,
it.
thank you. That helps my brain. I've been like trying to take notes. but-
I for those who are following along and watching, we don't have a battle map or anything like that. It mainly is to try to keep theater of the mind for those who are blind, who may be watching and or listening. So that's kind of why it may sound a bit confusing, but because it is a lot in combat. But that's kind of why we're trying to figure it out how that works out in our heads.
Well, we had the same
Perfect.
battle map going on in our heads, so
You're right.
it did.
Yeah.
It wound up working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It all worked. Okay, so I can move 30 feet, so it is going to follow you, thinking that it's made a brand new friend. And that means I get to roll to hit, which is a +7. So it's going to
Okay.
come at you with its wonderful ice damage with a 18, sorry. Yes,
18.
11.
Yes, 18 does not hit. Yes.
Okay. So it is so excited thinking that it's made a friend. It comes up to you and goes, "Hey, buddy," and just completely whiffs.
Fine.
High five.
Okay.
Just-
It's amazing.
Is
Missed high
I think is that the end of your turn, or you still?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. And then we have last in the round. We have Chap or Roan. What would you like to do, Chap?
Okay, let's see. Max heal. Let's see. Guessing how far is Wonklet from us?
I'm like
Probably
30,
like 30
plus
feet.
feet away,
30.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. About that.
30, because I'm gonna be able to go up to Wonklet and lay hands. Use a little bit more HP than I have, but you definitely look a little raggedy there, Wonklet. Yeah, let me go ahead and move over to Wonklet as close as I can.
I'm
I
just
guess
letting you
using
know,
my
me and
30.
the dragon are like right next to each other. Like we're best
Cute.
buds
Oh,
at this.
oh,
rate.
I'm
So,
I'm,
like,
I'm about to say I have some words for.
Okay.
okay. I'm
Okay.
looking for some Tasha's
Oh.
vicious mockery
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Well, if I could, but yeah, let me go ahead and heal you. How much health do you have? Because I'm out of the.
I have 75 out of 102, so I'm not that down bad right now.
Okay.
I would use your action
Well-
to get the dragon because
Yeah.
it's 53.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
All right. I'm
Not
down.
damage, but 453. Sorry.
Let me go ahead. Okay. Let me go ahead and move to attack. Then
Okay.
I will go.
You do have
up
some motes
to-
around you if you want to be able to try to be able to grab some as you move to attack if you want to.
Is there anything like straight in the beeline? As
You have some white diamonds in
grab.
front of you, yeah.
Okay, because I want to get as close as to the dragon as I can. So whatever the moat that is on the way, I can grab. Right.
Cool. All right, yeah, you can totally do that. And as you grab the white, the sort of white glow, you start to feel the same kind of glow that you saw your friends have, but then all of a sudden it just doesn't feel right. You feel like you're kind of hazy, and your reaction is not super great. You have disadvantage on your next roll, D20 roll. Sorry, buddy.
That's great. Well, I still want to. I'm guessing now I'm within 5 feet of the dragon, correct?
Yes, you are definitely in range,
Okay.
melee range of the dragon. Yeah.
All right. So can I go ahead and ready my weapon named
Yep.
Scale Breaker, which
Hell
is
yeah.
actually a Dragon Slayer Warhammer.
Hell yeah.
So I just click
Roll
hit?
roll to hit, but at disadvantage.
All right. So, dude, is it so? How do I do for disadvantage?
Just roll two d20s.
Okay.
And yeah, and take the lowest number.
Okay, there we go. So either lowest is 23. 15 plus 8.
Lowest is 23.
Yeah, the other one was 26.
Okay, that hits.
Hell yeah!
Amy's face
yeah.
there just went like, well,
Yeah.
Damn, that was great.
Hell yeah.
Mike, roll damage.
Okay. Also, I don't know if this does after or before, but it says I guess you gain +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. When you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So roll damage and then another 3d6.
All right. So
I love it. You look very suspicious right now. Like, okay.
I know.
just wait until I
Okay.
see my lair actions.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
4.
Literally.
+4 is 8,
Okay.
and then 3d6s.
Yeah. This is great.
Dang.
This is, I'm having a blast.
15.
15. So
total.
8 plus 15 total? Okay.
Yes. So 23 for both.
23.
Oh, 23. So 23 total
Yeah.
with the 8. All right,
and
cool. Yeah.
Oh, cool,
Awesome.
cool, so cool.
Yeah, that's great. Is that the
You
is that the end
sound
of your
so
turn?
excited.
Yeah. So the way I did it was just a literal, it was dragging as I was moving forward, and then I just lifted up as like an uppercut, just to hit as hard as I could. So,
All right, awesome. Perfect. Well, that is going to be the end of the round, which means we are running out of time. So we are about to go into the sudden death round. We'll get into that in just a second, but I want to be able to bring back in John Madden for the Crit Zone report. John, what do you think of all of what's been going on?
let's just say we're keeping our eye on this other helper in here, and it's going into sudden death, so things are getting a little testy. What we got to do is we got to see some fast breaks. Make sure that the dragon does not put out that cone. So we got to make sure that we see something like, I don't know, we got a maple foot cutting to the right. At this point, I'm just hoping for the best. I mean, I'm drawing arrows around. Nobody's really listening to me. But I will say this: if you are going to listen to anything I say today, don't forget Madan 25 BBK. That's the battle before Keles. That's going to be hitting the shelves really soon. Madan 25 BBK. Make sure you pick that up. You're going to love this game. It's going to be a blast. As far as today, who knows? I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm just going to say, forget this. I'm just going to sit down with this remaining turducken and just enjoy it for myself, because I don't think any of these folks are going to be hobbling out of here tonight. Back to you, Steve, as you can see.
Well, thank you so much, John, for your
My
great
confidence is not
reporting.
well. I'm just going to say, my confidence is not well.
I get it. I understand. I mean, we're pretty much like it seems like there's a back and forth.
I think some of that psychic stuff got on me during the attack on Mike the Quad, because I have been questioning all my life's choices up to this point. I should have just stuck with football, retired, and not worried about it. But you know what? I got high hopes for Madden 25 BBK. I think it's going to be a great game. I suggest everybody goes out for that. Always
say
pimping,
we don't know.
baby. Always pimping.
We don't know what was in that turducken that you had up here, John, and I'm vegan, so I couldn't
I
be able to
really
have
need
that.
to take a nap right now. I really need to take a nap.
But as we're going into sudden death,
you mind if
John,
I rest my head on your shoulder?
Okay. You have a donation goal update for us as well, and some motes to drop in, correct?
I most certainly do. We're sitting at $545, which is over our halfway point. I just got to say, that's a great thing there. I sincerely hope, though, that people dig deep during this sudden death match, because I tell you right now, this is the round that's going to not only decide who walks out of here, but you, as a donation, can decide who's going to walk out of here. All you got to do is start dropping donos. Do you want the players to walk out and have some turducken? You go on ahead and you drop for the players. But if you want to see Caldes pull off a Cinderella story, she can do it. You can go on ahead and dono for her as well. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. We're going to get to that $1,000 mark. And now I'm really going to take a nap. I'm just going to put my head right on your shoulders.
So, thank you very much, John, and we'll come back to you at the end of as well to be able to talk. So, yes, there are now a bunch of motes that have now dropped into onto the arena, and because it is sudden death round, everyone gets one turn to do as much damage as they possibly can, because whoever comes out with the most hit points at the end of this round wins the whole Dragon Games. So the way it works is that Amy's cumulative hit points will go up against the altogether player hit points by the end of this. So we'll see who comes out on top. Now, you remember, folks, so chat, if you've been donating and answering the poll of who you wanted to win, whether the players or the dragon, I have that of the answers to those polls, and basically who won the poll is, drumroll please, the players. Now, what does that mean? I've been sitting back. And I've been, letting the, players, naming, basically kind of like run rockshot across my arena. But I also wanted to get in onto the fun. So, all of a sudden, as you all are just getting ready for your final round, a little baby dragon just appears in the middle of the field, holding a little arcane orb, and it's a little tiny purple dragon, and the players. You have now a little baby purple dragon on your side that I will roll for initiative right now.
Yes.
And Amy does not look happy with this at all.
Amy's like, no way.
Amy's like, my own kind fighting against me.
I've got some good news for everybody. We are now sitting at $1,545. We just crushed that goal.
Hell yes!
Let's go.
Thank you so very much.
I think that's worth pointing out here.
Thank you so
What?
very much, John, for that absolute breaking news. Thank you so much to everyone who donated, and also thank you so very much for making this Dragon Games a success. And hopefully, we'll see you back here again here on Twitch.tv/Twitch. We have a little baby dragon that will help out the players a little bit, and because we have a whole bunch of diamonds, and we have a gold D20, we have a blue cube, we have some blue cubes that have not come onto the arena before, and we have some pyramids. But because we have so many white diamonds, it is sudden death. Everybody, and I mean everybody, gets advantage on their next D20 roll. All right, and first up we have Wonklet at the beginning. This is of the sudden death round, so make it count.
All right, so I'm going to take a quick note here, and I'm just going to take this down from the top because I'm going to be doing a lot this turn. So I have an action surge that I am going to be using this turn, which should give me upwards of 4 attacks, I believe, based on my extra attack and the actions involved. Also, I need to know, is my longsword in front of the dragon, or how did that land? Is that behind the dragon or in front of the dragon?
I would say just underneath the dragon.
Okay, so... here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a quick retrieval of that sword.
Okay.
And then I'm going to rabbit hop on top of the dragon's head.
Okay.
And with rabbit hop, I can jump on, or I can do this without provoking opportunity attacks. So... here's what I'm going to do. Wonklet is like, you wanna come at everyone with all that stardust and going into the brain kind of thing. And Wonklet takes his sword leg and just goes to slam it down right in between the eyes of the purple dragon. So we are going to go ahead and, I also forgot. Let's see, what else was it? I believe I can also do one other thing, which is going to be... Where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
Sorry.
I had to do it. Royalty free music here.
I'm gonna use Heroic Warrior, which gives myself heroic inspiration when I start my turn without it, which allows me to re-roll a dice. And we're going to go for slamming into the face. So let's roll the hit DC for
and you
the
have,
long...
and I'm just saying, you know what? Why not? Every D20 roll for this round gets advantage. So it's why not?
Okay, then.
We had a lot of donations that past round, so gotta go for it.
Chad, it's time for the 4. Okay, 4 attacks coming up. So the first hit DC on this dice is going to be a 23. All right, so then I'm going to go for the 2-hand overhead slash. Or no, not 2-hand, because I'm using my leg here. Actually, no, I did say the leg. So yeah, we're going to use the leg. Here we go. So we're going for the short sword, which is a 6+3. So that's our first attack. Do I roll the hit DC for the next one as well?
Did you roll advantage on that?
Actually, I didn't even roll advantage on that. No, I just rolled with the first one. So
yeah, no. You roll advantage on any D20 roll from for this last round.
All right, so here's the next attack. So there's 9 damage so far. Let's see. We have a 15 on that first die, so I'm going to re-roll to see if we can get a better one, which we do, which is a 25 to the hit die. And we're going to roll the second damage die, which is going to be a 2, which I'm going to use my heroic inspiration to re-roll that die. So that means we are going to get a 4 damage on that, so 4 plus 9, that's 13. And then we go into our action surge, which means I'm going to get those extra attacks. We're going to go for another roll. And so the first roll is going to be a 15. Let's see what the advantage roll is. The other one is a 13. Does a 15 hit? No? Okay, so no hit on that. So one more attack. We'll go for the next one. Let's see what we got. After rolling both die, we get a 23. Does a 23 hit on the second? And all right, so let's see, piercing, and let's see, 3 plus 3, so that's 6, so 19 points of damage. And also, I believe you're going to get Vex on that. So if I hit a creature with a short sword and deal damage to a creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll. Oh, I should have been rolling that. That's fine. I already had advantage anyway. So There we go. So 19 points of damage right out the bat, and then I'm going to cling for dear life onto that dragon's neck because I know they're gonna be pissed.
Chat, I'm just letting you know, I just had flashbacks to when playing Magic the Gathering with Thor, and I'm like, oh my god, that's almost a full board.
Steve, I just gotta say, I'm gonna chime in here real quick. I am in
Yeah,
full
go for it.
sweat because the same thing was happening to me. I am right now at my desk because I know that right now all the cards in my Magic collection are burning. Back to you.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so that's your end of your turn, Woglet.
Yep, 19 points of
All right.
damage will hit the dragon, and that's all
Cool,
from
cool,
me.
cool. And it is the layer's turn. So, Amy, what would you like the layer action to do?
Okay, this is going to be interesting because this is going to coincide with what I am planning on doing. The layer action is going to force cage Wonklet, who is on top of my head.
Okay. Okay.
But so I'm holding on to you. So how does that work? Because I'm holding
Because
on for dear life.
I have a way that I want this to work, but it's just a force cage. It comes out of nowhere, and then I'm wearing you like a hat.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a
I'm cool
bird
with
cage
this.
just on top of her head?
Yes.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with us.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's the layer action's turn. So it is now the little baby dragon's turn, who is named
Yay.
Dax. Dax the Dots Dragon, because this is the official mascot of Dots RPG project. And yeah. So basically, he's gonna roll a spell. You can use the arcane beam, which is the orb, which is in the shape of a braille d20. Turns a wellspring of green energy, releases at 30-foot line. Each creature in the area must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. So I will say, unfortunately, Wonklet, you will have to do that as well, because
So
you
what am
are
I doing?
definitely in. So roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. Okay.
You're a little hat right now, so
Yeah,
So is my
and-
constitution.
25 saving throw.
25. Okay.
10.
10. All right. Okay. Sadly, well, this was going to help out the players. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're going to have to take 8d8 force damage there.
8d8. Oh my God.
Yikes,
That little
forever?
dragon. I don't know. That sounds like
Wait,
a. That sounds
is that
like
a is that
spy.
a magical attack?
It is a magical attack. Yes.
It won't penetrate the force cage.
Oh, that's right.
Yes!
It would not penetrate.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Success.
well, successful.
Did you
Basically, they still
accidentally-
take half damage. So Thor's okay, but you Amy, unfortunately, you take half damage. So.
So, Amy, you
Dang
protected the
it.
player?
I know,
Is that-
in a weird
Yeah, a little
twist of
bit.
fate.
So, Amy, you take. I gotta have this. Hold on. You take 14 points of force damage.
Oh, and I think I might be immune to force.
oh,
No, I'm
Cry.
resistant to force. So if I take 14, then I'll just take 7.
Okay, there we go. And yeah, that's going to be. Let me just double check because I'm looking over these stats right now because I just want to have some fun. And then I can do ones for the end. Okay. And because it's so at the end of another creature's turn, I also will roll. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep. Nope. That's everything's good. So that is going to be it for Dax's turn. And yeah, so it does little tiny baby damage. And that's great. And it is now Amy. You're up.
Okay, there's a couple things I want to do. Movement and my normal action, which is I'm going to I rolled ahead of time and was able to recharge. So I want to do my singularity breath. But here's how I want my movement to go. I have 80 fly feet. However, I don't want to get out of the 60-foot range of my cone breath attack. So I want to fly up fast, 60 feet in the air,
Oh,
which
no.
ideally will launch my hat higher than 60 feet. so maybe another 20 feet. So it's 80 feet in the air. Then I want it to plummet to the ground. He's in a cage and can do nothing about that. And so I want him to take fall damage. I want him to take the 8d6 fall damage that he would take.
I'm crying.
If you'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will allow.
Like an elevator plummeting to the ground. Okay.
Oh no.
Then I want to singularity breath whoever's below me it's a 60-foot cone, so it goes straight and then out to 60 feet in diameter as well.
Yeah, I think you'll pretty much hit everybody in that particular situation. So yeah, let's resolve the force damage first, or the drop damage.
Since it's an orbital elevator drop here, is there any way that I can roll like any type of dex saving throw or any type of acrobatics or athletic saving throw to see if I can like? Well, no, I guess that'd break my arms. Probably not.
A little bit, yeah. You're dropping 80 feet, so that's gonna hurt.
In a cage.
In a cage. Yeah, exactly. So, Amy, why don't you roll the drop damage?
Okay, all right. So that's going to be 8d10. Sorry, 8d6. I'm so sorry.
86, yes, yeah.
Let's see. We're looking at 29 bludgeoning damage.
This is quite literally hell in a cell. Help. Send help.
Literally.
Then the rest of you, everyone, including elevator guy, make a DC 20 strength saving throw. And I guess
we
the
have
amethyst
advantage.
baby dragon too.
Yeah, the baby
have
dragon will also have to
advantage.
roll as well. Yeah.
Everyone
we
has
have
advantage on
advantage?
saving throws.
Okay.
Right, because we have
Oh,
advantage
yes,
in our
you
next
all do have
D20.
advantage on saving throws. Yes, you
Oh,
do.
ding, dang
'Cause, yeah.
All right.
Okay,
so
so
I took
strength
29
saving throw.
initially, though.
Yeah,
You
29
said I
bludgeoning.
took 29. Okay, so
What was the
I
save
rolled-
again? Sorry.
DC 20 strength.
Strength. Okay.
I have 20.
Fail.
Rolled a 19 on the die, so Dax, little baby dragon, survives.
14 plus 6, 20.
20 will save. Okay, so if you did save, you take 22 force damage. If you did not save, you take 45 force damage, and your speed is 0.
I'm just still swimming away.
I'm just crying inside.
And
so
I'm-
17 is a fail, correct, Amy?
17 is a fail.
It is a
Okay,
fail, yeah.
so
And you said-
what was the damage again?
45 force damage.
Thank you.
And 22 if you saved.
22 if you
22 if you
save.
save.
By the way, Dax also does account for the final HP at the end of the thing, so just to saying it helps.
All right, and that's as I did that, look, I had a movement that was so good, and then I had you know what? I'm actually gonna psychic step. I'm gonna teleport higher into the air. So now I can do 60 feet higher into the air, and I'll be 120 feet up in the air now.
So am I still a hat at the moment?
No, you're a permanent part of the arena now. You're just slammed into the arena. Basically, you kind of land on top of the crystals, you're still. Will we say just the cage has been kind of broken, or Amy? What would you like the cage to have happen? Would that have an impact?
I will say it can't be. The way that you're letting the cage happen, yeah, it's broken. But the way it's written is made out of literal force energy, so probably not. But yeah, the way you're rolling it, yeah, the cage is broken.
The host has many things up its sleeve.
I'll say it's broken if you. Oh, how about this? I'll say it's broken if you allow the cage to fall on top of one of the players.
Somebody
Yeah,
catch me!
sure, why not?
JK, we don't have to
I'll
do that.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna roll one for Pi, 2 for Elena, one for Pi with 2 for Elena, and 3 for Chad. Let's see. Pi, you got a cage on top of you.
Yay! And I'm swimming, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all
doing
water.
great.
Yeah, you're basically kind of pushed underneath the water. Yeah.
I also would love to ask concentration checks. That was a fudge ton of damage, and my elemental is concentration check.
Yep, you can roll, but because you have the autism disability mechanic, you actually have advantage on concentration checks. So
Okay.
yeah, because you're able to manage you're able to kind of manage your basically kind of like everything, and yeah, you do have advantage.
I rolled a 14, but the damage was 44.
Okay, so I will say, yeah, the elemental is officially gone.
Bye
So,
bye.
yeah, Dragon does not have their best friend anymore. All right, but with that being said, it is now Alana, your go. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I do want to say that on this next turn, I do get automatic hit because of one of the modes that I picked up. How far away is the other dragon? Because I know one is up 120 feet, but where's the other one?
70 feet north
Yep.
of you.
Oh, that's right,
Still
that's
on
right.
the same horizontal plane as you.
Yep.
Shoot. Because all
I'll say there are some moats that are also kind of like around you as well that you can have access to.
Yeah, I have a 0 speed from that last
that's right.
round as
That's
well.
right, yeah.
So anything I can reach, let me grab
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, you know what? You have a gold D20 that's right by you.
it. Okay, I'll go ahead and pick that up.
Okay, I want you to roll a D20 for me.
Okay. I'm skewed.
You got this.
We're just waiting for D&D Beyond to kick in.
Yeah, sorry.
The
17.
anticipation is intensifying.
Which one? Sorry, what'd you roll? 17?
17.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, love this. Okay, so you have a spell of Guiding Bolt. So basically, you have a bolt lightning you can send towards a creature, make a spelled range attack against the target, and on a hit, it takes 4d6 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against it before the end of your turn has advantage. So
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could totally cast that right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, let me just. I lost my notes here.
Tell me what I have to roll, because.
I believe it does. It just happens. Yeah. Sorry. Make a range spell attack. So that'll be your spell DC, which I think you have. I don't. I think it's just. I don't think you have a spell DC.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. Yeah.
Sorry. So you just basically will just roll and then add your proficiency bonus, which is basically a +4. And you do have advantage on this.
Okay, so just roll a d20.
Yep, roll a d20 and then add +4.
+4. Okay. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm still learning.
All good.
And I have an advantage, correct? So, okay.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Rolling one more time. Thank you all for your patience. I really appreciate it. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're all good.
I hate my life. Okay.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
So 8.
8 is the highest roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, that lightning kind of goes wide against the other dragon. So unfortunately, unless you have anything else, that's going to be kind of your turn. Sadly, yeah.
Okay.
You did your best.
Yeah, I tried.
You did your best. Muscle Mommy just was having an off day. That's all good. All right, then it is Pi. You're up, and then Mike, you're on deck for the last round.
Okay. Having had her concentration
Wait.
Go ahead.
All right, yes.
I had automatic hit.
You did.
That was
yes,
one
you
of my
did. You
moves
had
that I
that
picked up.
before. Okay. All right. Yes, you did.
Yo,
All right,
let's
so
go.
I have it written down.
love when chat basically the crowd has
Yes.
an impact. So roll 4d6, and that's how much damage, lightning damage, Amy will take. Yep.
Okay, so I roll 4 d6s pretty much.
Correct.
Okay, rolling.
And the suspense.
I know,
As we
I know.
roll.
Thank you so much, chat. Holy crap! I completely
Chat,
forgot
you had
about
an
that.
impact on this particular moment right here, so give
Holy
yourself
cow.
a absolute round of applause.
Yes.
The crowd actually kind of completely goes wild.
11.
11 total. So, all right. So, Amy, you take 11 points of lightning damage. Cool. All right. Now it is Pie's turn.
Okay. So having had her concentration and soul basically completely rocked, and seeing that this dragon is up, I would like to cast Moonbeam at 6th level, centered right around the middle of the dragon, which is a con save of 17.
Well played.
Steve wants this to happen, but the DM is like, I am loving this.
I do have a plus 12 to my con saving throw, so
Okay,
if
you
I-
still take damage at a
I
fail
do,
at a
okay.
success. So
okay, I have a 22 con save.
All right. So, I think it's half damage, I believe, for Moonbeam.
it is half damage. Okay, so now I've just got to roll 60-10.
6d10 and take half of that.
5.
Oh, this is great.
I like
And
clicky
by the
clicky
way,
math rocks.
yeah. By the way, thank you so very much, chat, for being here. We really do appreciate it. We are doing this for a great cause, raising money for Dots RPG projects so they can be able to help make TTRPGs more accessible, including creating these amazing Braille dice for blind players. They're really, really cool, and you can be able to go to dotsrpg.org for all that information. And Pi, how are you dealing with all that damage, all those shiny math rocks?
30 damage of shiny math rocks.
30 total, so
Yeah,
15,
so 15.
half. Okay. All right. And is that your
amazing.
turn?
Yes. Yes. it
Okay,
is.
cool. All right, Mike, you are last up. So whatever damage you can be able to do right now, it's up to you, buddy.
So is Kaldisatha in the air, out of reach from the?
Yes, there's 120 feet up in the air, and then there's
Oh
one
my
about
goodness.
70 feet from you.
There's absolutely nothing that I can do besides, I mean, if we're going to win, we need to have the most health. So I've been playing healer this entire time. Scalebreaker has tasted the scales of a dragon finally. So, Pi, is there any moats on my way to moving to Pi?
Yes, yeah, there's definitely you got some blue cubes and some green pyramids.
Can I, as I'm going towards Pi, pick up one of the blue cubes?
Sure. I will just say this, that basically the blue cube is max damage. So so you know what, because
Got you in the air.
so you know what, I'll just say this, because I'm nothing but of a benevolent sort of host of the Dragon Games, and I kind of want to see how this goes. I'll just say that the previous Moonbeam damage, do a bit of a dunamancy, go back in time. That is now full 30. So there we go, max damage, 30 hit points instead of 15. I know, Amy, don't give me that look.
Amy is writing a letter to their
do
DM
a
right
combat
now.
battle with a dragon.
Yeah, we're getting our asses kicked, Amy. We need everything we can get.
I'm breaking the rules because it's my Dragon Games. That's what I'm going to do.
I would like to
all
chime
right.
in real quick, Steve. At this time, I'd like to thank Amy Vopel for her last appearance here on Dragon Games. It's probably going to be the last time we see her.
Yeah, so
it's
thank
been
you.
a
I
pleasure,
appreciate
Amy.
it, yeah.
Thank you very much. You're awesome. And now back to you, Steve.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, and that is going to be it for your turn, Mike.
What's full health for Pi? I have 58 available.
87, and I'm at 29.
So I just want to give you all of the rest of my hands on pool.
Go, Mike.
As you see, my
58.
hand
If you said
outstretched.
58, that'll put her up at 87.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So, as the round has officially ended, we are now going to tabulate all the scores. The host is basically kind of looking at all your has the medical team basically come out onto the field. The arena kind of like the crowd kind of does this sort of hush, sort of whisper sort of thing as we medical team sort of like kind of deals with everyone on the field, including Amy, the Kaldasatha, and we're going to start kind of accumulating who is basically the victorious. So Amy, I'll save your hit points for till the end, but I want everyone to kind of give me your total current hit points. So Pi, will start with you. How many hit points do you have?
87, I'm fully healed.
Okay. Wunklet, what do you have?
24.
Okay. Alana, what do you have?
37.
Okay. And Mike, how many do you have?
43.
Okay. All right. Before I reveal
What
the
about
players'
Baby Dragon?
numbers-
What about Baby Dragon? What about
Oh, Baby Dragon. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yes, thanks.
Perfect.
Baby?
All
Okay.
right. Amy, how many hit points? How many hit
Oh,
points
this-
does Kaldasatha
This
have?
was over before it began. I have 100 hit points left.
So total hit points with the Baby Dragon for the players is 211. So the players are victorious, but no one died. So you all get to come back to Dragon Games, and the crowd goes wild. All their moats are now all over the place. Yeah, everyone gets everyone at home gets advantage. You all get max damage. You all get auto hits for your next battles and adventures as you travel the lands, because you get to take that moats home as souvenirs of Dragon Games. Thank you so very much to everyone for being here, and I want to bring back in John Madden for one more time to basically talk about what did you think, and also tell us a little bit about yourself and the person who has been running John Madden this entire time.
All right, I've just got to tell all the players and you as well, Caldes, the turducken's gone. I've gone through all the leftovers, and if you're not familiar of a turducken, it is a turkey stuffed with duck, which has been stuffed with chicken. And it is a football delight to have. It's been a delight being here. And I just want to thank all the players. I got a little tear in my eye because I'm still not quite recovered from Thor's power play on Amy, which turned him into a hat. Because, as you can see, I play Magic with Thor, and it's a little frightening. On that note, I'm dropping it. Hi, everyone. This is the T-Monster. I have been performing as John Madden this whole time. And let me tell you something. If you think doing an impersonation of John Madden is easy, it is not. I so desperately want to take a nap, but I have a paranormal convention to go to right now. I just want to thank everybody. This has been so much fun. You can find me at the T-Monster, where if I'm not playing Magic with these knuckleheads, Magic the Gathering, that is, I do paranormal content. I do live paranormal investigations, as well as looking at footage from paranormal investigations. Took Ashlina to her very first one at the USS North Carolina, and she crushed it, just like we crushed today's goal, which was supposed to be $1,000, and we wound up raising $1,550
Hell
for the
yeah.
good folks over
Love
at
that.
Dungeons.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you,
Perfect.
everybody.
Thank you so much, T. And Albal, why don't you tell us a little bit about where can we be able to find you and follow you online?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Steve. My name is Elbel or Ellie. You can follow me on all platforms at Elbel, which is with a 3, so 3 Label. I stream here on Twitch primarily, and we play a lot of different games and do a lot of different things. I'm very lucky to have gotten to go on a ghost hunt with the wonderful T and Steve and Thorm, and we played D&D in a haunted house, which was
An
pretty
actual real haunted house. Yep.
freaking cool. So I want to thank everybody. This has been so much fun and so incredible. This cast is amazing. And thank you everybody for all of your donations and supporting our wonderful cause today.
Perfect.
That's it.
Thor, where can we find you?
Well, Steve, thank you so much, one, for being a fantastic DM and a host along with John Ma'aden. Sounds like some Dune fiction going on right there. But everybody, you can find me at Thormangander on all platforms, except for the ones where you can find me at Thor_TTV, because somebody stole my username. We love doing alternative controller content, bringing up the conversation about accessibility. We're currently going through Elden Ring and other games on an actual potato. It's very funny. But on top of that, you can find me playing Magic on Mondays with Steve, T, and Mike, and more. And I just want to say it's been a blast. I'm so glad to be here, and I can't wait for more Dungeons and Disableds and more fun dragon games. So round 2, Amy, we gonna get the revenge of Caldes, yes? But that's all
only
for me.
if Steve lets me play by the real rules.
Fired. Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. We'll see how merciful I could be next time. All right, Ashley, where can we be able to find you?
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for all of your donos. Seriously, charity means a lot to me, and this is such an incredible cause. So thank you so much for all the donations. And Steve, thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you to the cast. I will say Alana is 100%. While she's getting like healed by the medic team, she's gonna blow a kiss to Pi. So that's just a little side note. But yes, you can find me at Ashlina everywhere. I stream cozy horror content, meaning I play cozy games and horror content. I also do tons of Halloween stuff. So if you are into Halloween and you celebrate every single day like I do, come find me across all socials. Thank you again, everyone. Seriously, this was a freaking blast. I'm ready for another game. I'm ready.
Round 2. Mike the Quad, where can we be able to find you, sir?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Again, Mike the Quad here. You can find me on all socials at Mike the Quad. Just hit me up on that Google, and you'll see me there. We talk a lot about disability content, accessibility in gaming, and anything in the digital world. And yeah, we got recently into Magic the Gathering, as you can see with us in Mana Buds, and you get to see. I'm exhausted because it was such a great and exhilarating campaign. I love doing this. I'm very new to D&D, and I wanted to say thanks again, Steve. This has like been incredible, and thank you, Amy, for being our so cosmic and horror like dragon, which we hope to see again. And yes,
Mike, she had to touch the universe, and the universe answered back,
Yeah.
and so that was the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Touch
And
of
last but
Lovecraft
not-
right there.
Exactly. Last but not least, Amy, thank you so very much for being our special guest, playing our dragon today. Where can people be able to find you online and all the amazing things that you do?
Oh, this was so amazing. I follow me on all platforms at Vorpal Sword, my real last name, Vorpal Sword, VORPAHL, and then Sword. And on Twitch and Instagram are where I'm most active. You can also sign up for my newsletter at amyvorpal.com. I do teach a dungeon master school. Mostly it's improv. It's an improv class it's an improv based class, or an acting / writing class. And the other thing I just want to shout
that I'm
out.
going to need to take your course?
No, it's very, very, I do the rules the same way you do. Let's be clear.
Okay.
But I do want to just say, like, this was such a pleasure. This is a bit of a humble brag, but I hope you'll let me take the time that I am I've written for official WotC hardback D&D books, one of which was Adventures in Candlekeep Mysteries. So I wrote an adventure in Candlekeep Mysteries, and I wrote all of the jokes, all of the Fizzban jokes in Fizzban's Treasury of Dragons. So to come on and play the Amethyst Dragon, it was really, really fun because I have a strong and intimate tie with that specific book anyway. So it was really nice to like dive into. I haven't actually, weirdly enough, played a dragon since writing for that book, and like, you know, I don't know how that happened, but it was nice to be able to like role play, you know, the Amethyst Dragon as intended. So that was really, thank you
That
so
was
much.
that was a very happy coincidence, by the way. We
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just sort of happened. It just turned out purple dragons. You know, hey, Fizzban's domain, so we love that. And so thank you once again, Amy. And thank you so much to my players here, and also to T, our commentator. If you can be able to find me at Steve Sailor here on Twitch. I talk about accessibility in games. I also play Magic with the buds here, and also I play video games and also do Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I am the dungeon master for Dungeons and Disabled, where all my players here have been a part of. Like we said, we just did an adventure where we actually were in a real haunted house playing D&D, to see how the paranormal reacted to playing D&D, and boy did they reacted. So you can be able to check that out. You can go to dungeonsanddisabled.com. We also do have some Dragon Games merch. If you want to be able to get some jerseys, we have a hockey jersey and a football jersey. That's world football, not American football. You can be able to go and pick that up. You can get all that stuff at dungeonsanddisabled.com. Thanks again to Twitch for allowing us to be able to do this on Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Once again, thank you to Dots RPG Project for being amazing charity to be able to partner up with, and thank you to you, chat, for being a part of this as well. Hope to see you again on another event of Dragon Games. Bye, everybody.
Give it a minute or so. Hi, everybody.